Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Welcome to Liberated Sisters on the Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. For any of those who are tuning in and you have that number, you can let me know in the chat. Please let me know if you can hear me all right. Want to make sure that we get all the information we have for you today. I thank God for being here. We're in Los Angeles, California, where there's an atmospheric river happening, you guys. It is really raining and flooding out there. And so coming on the heels of the recent Eaton and Pacific Palisades fire and several other fires, by the way, mud is sliding. Some of the areas are shut down again, and so we are really getting the brunt of a lot of the extreme weather. And so I said all that to say that the technology is also tripping in addition to the weather. But at any rate, I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad, and today what we have for you, hopefully, because again, it's we're getting drenched, and so maybe some of my guests may be in traffic, maybe trying to get through the streets of Los Angeles. But today we have the Liberated Sisters Justice Report. We're going to be coming out of the Final Call newspaper to let you know what's happening across the world and indeed across our country, especially as relates to us as a people. Also, we have the Liberated Sisters feedback line. I'm so excited about being able to present that today. As you may recall, some of you who are aware of Liberated Sisters, Brother Abdul Qiyam Muhammad and I of the Twitter Army, Brother Abdul Qiyam, also the Beyond Social Media Director. I think there's another title for him because he does so much more in addition to social media for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But he, I, and Sister Sharita X of Washington, D.C., Maryland, may Allah be pleased with her, did the Liberated Sisters feedback line when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan conducted or presented his 30 to 52 week, and I think it was more than 52 weeks, but his unprecedented the time and what must be done series. And so we came on every night, no matter what it was happening, right after the minister. And for some people on the East Coast, that was very late. And we appreciate those who stayed with us, the feedback line, because we wanted to know first, we wanted to discuss what Minister Farrakhan was saying in that time, in his time and what must be done series, but also what was the people, what were the people saying. And so that's how the Liberated Sisters feedback line was born. And so we're going to bring it back today as Shirley Shepherd, a great. I mean, I don't want to say never, but the connection that I um, had with this sister, this brilliant. These are terms that are understate her. Just this dynamic black woman that I met in the legal field. I was like, wow, where did she come from? Well, at any rate, in a short amount of time, like I don't trust people. I just don't. I don't even trust myself, right? So how can I trust other people? But anyway, let me stay focused. The point is, we developed a bond, and I believe that she was heaven sent for me. So at any rate, Shirley Shepherd is going to talk about her experience attending Muhammad Mosque for the very first time, but also she's going to speak about um, if she remembers a little recap of last week. That's what the feedback line is going to be about, a recap of the previous show, as well as some of what's happening that we have covered and what we're dealing with as a people. And so today, also, part of that is Heal Dena. Out to Dena is not for sale. Activists, residents, um, preachers, pastors, homeowners, residents there, and their supporters. There's a lot happening in Altadena, and we're going to have Josiah Bruni of Music Changing Lives with us, as well as hopefully some of the other frontline warriors, Brother James Muhammad, Brother William Muhammad, God willing, if they're able to be on. And we're going to be fluid and flexible in the show, even more than ever for Sister Charlene and Liberated Sisters, right? So they will be here to give updates on what's happening. And look, now, especially like all of this rain that's happening, where are the recovery centers? Metropolitan Baptist Church has opened its doors. So we're going to get updates on that, where people can get help. I will have posted to my pages on social media links and resources, or maybe we can post them right in the chat at this point. And being so far a team of one or two, me and God, thank God. And so also, I pray that I'll be able to have this interview that I conducted with hip hop journalist, prominent journalist Davy D out of the Bay Area. You all may know Davy D, but Davy D gave great analysis on what's happening with Brother Kendrick and his Super Bowl performance. I told my daughter, yes, Kendrick Lamar has reached, and maybe was there already. I don't know. But I know when I was speaking, we just say, yeah, Kendrick. And it's automatically, we're talking about Kendrick Lamar. I said, oh, he's got one name status. So we were joking about that. But at any rate, there's so much going on. People loved it. People hated it. Was he talking about this? Was he talking about that? At the end of the day, I didn't really want to talk about anything that led to it, although that's relevant. But for me, what Liberated Sisters wanted to talk about was the revolutionary aspect of it. And from a spiritual standpoint, I just saw it being part of a resurrection. But this is in my humble opinion. At the end of the day, I talked to someone who analyzes these things, whose opinion I respect, who's a journalist as well as myself. And so he broke it down from his perspective. What did Kendrick's Super Bowl performance mean? All of it, right down to the attire, scissor, the different things that we see when we have these types of performances, the contrast of what we didn't see. Oh, it was very interesting. It was very interesting. So I hope to have that for you. And the reason why I say hope is because, also, let me explain, the reason why you see my avatar here is because my computer camera is, yes, still broken. So it's not repairable. I'm going to have to get another system. And this brand Intel. My rep at Apple said we don't even have these Intels anymore. You had to upgrade and get another one. So at any rate, now everything with it is trying to shut down. I can't open my music library now. You know that's death defying for anyone. We love our music, right? So that's another horror story. But the great things that are happening is that I do have this analysis from Davy D. We do have Shirley Shepherd on the line. We do have a clip that I'm able to play. By the way, last week when we could not hear the clip of Prophet speaking with the activists from New World Academy, I have since learned that the weakest link was on my end because I had my headsets in. So I'll remember, God willing, to take those headsets off. That is a long opening, but at the same time, I just feel that I needed to explain some things to you all. But now I really want to tell you also a featured guest that we have, and it's so fitting because she's going to be with us to talk about some things that we're going to need as you see in Southern California, but for everybody. But Naira Muhammad, Coach Naira, our great dear sister, she's no stranger to Liberated Sisters. She's a co-author, or I'm a co-author with her. She invited me to be on one of her book projects, but her new project is Heal on Purpose, the journal. It is a woman's guide to healing, leadership, and empowerment. So I'll have those images as we go throughout, and you'll be able to see them. So again, bear with your sister. I am returning to the airwaves. I want to make sure that we get the information that people can use, and at the same time, just as Naira is saying, heal on purpose. So I'm going to say without further ado, I would like to segue to Shirley and the feedback line before the justice report, because as I understand right now, this entire broadcast is a justice report. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that are in the Final Call newspaper throughout. We're going to touch on those just because of the time and the turmoil that we're in. So let me pull in Shirley Shepherd right now. And thank you all for being with Liberated Sisters. If you could please spread the word, because I was not able to get any promotional effort out. My student post is my student post, and we don't let anything create a nuisance on or near our posts. And so I am a writer. Thank God for the privilege for the Final Call newspaper. And so until that is done, and of course, all the other things, wife, mother, all these, dishes, groceries, all that other stuff is taken care of. I'm not saying that this is not important. And I love you all being here, and I want you to grow this audience, but I also just had to take care of my Final Call article, which is for our Saviours Day special edition. We were going to be highlighting Saviours Day homecoming, but I'll just broadcast from Saviours Day for you. But without further ado, Shirley, rescue me, please. you know,
Hi.
that's a
Let me,
2 minute
okay,
opening. How do you have a segment for your opening?
it's fine. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you even asking that I present even my, opinion and what I have experienced being your friend. So I honor you. I thank you. And these amazing things you say about me were the things I saw in you the first day I saw you. So I thank you again. So you lead the way. What would you like me to talk about first? How we met or what I learned last week?
I think how we met, because it's supposed to be a recap, but I guess it is just how did we meet, and then so they can know about you, and then let's go into last week, because last week segues into
Okay.
Heal Dena.
Yes, and um, we. I know we're going to segue into that, but I again thank you for this opportunity for me to understand what was happening in Altadena. Just want to put that out there, and I know that we have some issues with your equipment. What do I do to help with that cause? Because again, a person like me that is so far away from truth, and need to hear you. So I'll do whatever it takes to support in whatever way I possibly can to make sure you get the equipment that's necessary to keep rocking and rolling, because it's
Thank
amazing.
Thank you, Shirley. Prayer, 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 and spread the word. You know, if you have a business, take out an ad or something like that. But let's go to what you said. Let's stay right there with Hildina, because I think that's the natural flow. You know, look, we
Yeah,
met at a law firm. We'll start talking. We can talk some more about that throughout, but let's go. I mean, it's just a natural flow to talk about what you learned and what you
yeah.
expressed from what Brother James and the other guests shared, Brother William and all of them.
Well, it is a natural flow, but it's so many levels of the natural flow. So I think that, if I may, the reason for me is how we met. It really justifies the understanding that I heard about a community I'm only a few miles away from and did not hear about it unless
Mm.
I heard it from you. So not only did I hear it from you, but I trust you in a manner that I never have before. So please allow me
Um,
just to go ahead.
no, that was my fault. I was trying to cut
I like
something off,
that.
but you go ahead. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Okay. I just have to really say this. I I got hired to be a director of staff operations at a law firm downtown. My first time getting an amazing job to shoot. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I've always honored lifting people, not knowing how to do it, but just lifting them. And I walked in, and when I was first, I think I did a tour right before they hired me. I saw you. Then when I got hired, I saw you again. And initially, you remind me of my dear Aunt Patsy, who I love more than life. But then, yeah, there was this, I couldn't understand what was happening in your energy. I couldn't understand what I was hearing to the left, but what I was seeing to the right. I couldn't understand why you were so intelligent, sometimes looked like, you were just you were just like a little all over the place. But it was interesting. I said, that's not her. That's not who she is. Let me introduce myself again. And as I went over and I introduced myself, and I said to you, do you need help figuring this stuff out? And it wasn't that she did not know. It was a trap, put it that way. And when you said yes, I said, thank you, because I know, and I knew before that how great you were. But I also knew there was a strange energy in that office that wanted to keep you in darkness. And I did not know that. I just came along and I was like, everyone wake up. Let's just have a great day.
which is really my normal energy as well.
Yes, yes, of course. And there was a lot going on regarding who was going to stay, who was going to leave. And I just said, hey, Charlene, do you want a job? She said, yes. I said, okay. And what that meant was everyone was always on, who do I have a job or not, whatever. And all I have to say is that I showed her some things. And again, I have to reiterate this. It wasn't that Charlene wasn't in the knowing. She was off for some reason. Something was going on. And all I did was present and show her, okay, where's the rhythm? Let's get this going. Let's get this happening. Not understanding that she was doing the same for me. Shortly thereafter, she was offered positions that most people in the firm don't even know exist. Shortly thereafter, she grew out of that space and place. She made moves, trusting my word. We trusted each other. And I just thought I was lucky. I was getting new teas. I was being introduced to the nation. And I was like, this is really kind of cool.
You said new teeth.
And new teas and all kinds of good stuff.
Tea. Yeah, the Buy Black movement,
yes,
moringa tea. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm like, oh, this is really happening. You have to understand, you guys, I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. And I come to Los Angeles, and I'm thinking I'm, black. And I just honestly, last week, I learned about what was truly happening in Altadena, and I'm not proud of that it took this long for me to awaken, but at least I'm waking up, whatever. So thereafter, she was just a blessing to me also. But sometimes when you go in as a supervisory role, you don't realize that the people that you're mentoring or supervising are teaching you unless you are looking to become better. And apparently that's what I was doing. Thereafter, Charlene invited me to the mosque. And if I say something incorrectly, I do apologize. But I'm just going to tell you my experience. I said, okay. And it was kind of, I was being probably rude with well, I've heard that this nation does only this, and that, and whatever. I was being derogatory. I was being rude. Let's put it that way. She never said a word. She picked me up because I'm like, never said a word. Never like, I'm going to just hurt you. No, she never said a word.
Did I side eye you?
He just looked at me like, you stay 6 feet away. No, she never said a word, but she did say this to me because I did ask her. I said, well, don't you just study the Quran? And this is the beginning of the mood for me. She said, and the Bible. I said, what? That's not what I heard. And that was the beginning of listening. So I said, okay, I'll come to the mosque, knowing dang well I wasn't going nowhere on that particular Sunday. But she's like, oh, I'll be right there. I'm like, oh, but it's late, running late. She said, oh, no, it'll work out. Don't worry about it. And I have to start with when she came. And again, the clothing, white and just beautiful. All I saw was her face, the most beautiful face I've ever seen, because there was nothing else for my shallow butt. Sorry, my shallow butt. What's she doing, right?
Easy. Easy.
Shallow. Because I was very shallow. And then we talked about some great things on our way there. And I was in a neighborhood I hadn't been in a long time. In fact, I joked around that my car doesn't even go this way. She just looked at me. And we pull up. And this is when something amazing. She pull up. I'm like, okay, open the door. She goes, no. The door will be opened. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
And she was like, and I'm like, oh my God. And there's sisters and brothers. Oh, she did tell me this. She said, when you go to the mosque, you will be, what is it called? I will be searched.
Checked.
There you go.
Check procedure.
There you go. And I'm like, okay, not thinking anything of it after 9/11, who knows, And so you have to understand, if I can put you guys for a minute in my eyes, I first of all, young men are opening the door and just gracious and respectful. All the way to 2 or 3 other men are leading, it's just close around as you hit the door. And then as you go in, you see others that are just their faces. They're talking about the women. And then the young lady that did the, who had to, what is it called, check me. She was the most, I have to say, an angel, because she said to me in such an amazing manner, she says, I'm going to check you and I'm going to do these things. Are you okay with that? Hey, the way she explained it, it was so not invasive. I was like, heck, I just take everything off. No, I didn't say that. It was just the respect and honor. You don't get that at LAX. And again, this was a beautiful young lady who I could only see her eyes.
You said TSA needed to be trained by the Vanguard.
I did. Because here, I'd be like taking my shoes off. Oh, let me get that out of there because I know that doesn't belong. But she was just such a gentle soul. And then from there, I had to check in. And this is kind of funny. I said, oh, Charlene Muhammad. She goes, well, which one? I'm like, Muhammad. And they looked at me like, there's a few. I was like, okay, I'm really out of place. But they understood. So I went in, and the first thing I noticed, the men were on, I guess, the left and the women on the right. I'm not sure. And what I have to say was this. I've never seen such beauty in my life. I have never seen such beautiful faces with energy and just self-love. I'm being really honest. Because first of all all people go and kind of make a judgment, whether we think we do or not. All I saw was light. All I saw was beauty in every eye, every child. And the other part were that the men were separated. And I thought that's where once I finished realizing what was happening, that was the best thing that could happen, because it wasn't about them. It was about me. It was about looking at these beautiful women, feeling comfortable to hear the word, if I may call it that. And when I heard it, I'm like, wait a minute. These people done lied to me on the outs.
Right, because you heard brother, that was for our Holy Day of Atonement Million Man March anniversary. You heard Student Minister Ishmael. That was that meeting. That was
It
that
was
meeting.
so amazing. It was like some of this you can put on a little bit of common sense if we come together. But then the others, like, well, the reason I haven't heard about the good stuff here is because, and then they showed this whole thing of how people outside the nation attack the nation. And I was one of those people going, oh. But till I came home and my mom says, no, I listened. But, again, that's here nor there. But what I have to add to this
Love to
is
hear
that, oh, wait, and then I got good food after that, which I still love the food. But no, all Charlene ever asked of me was to listen, not knowing that my ears are already a little open. But I hear now. My doggy's saying I hear too.
Yeah, see, I hear him.
And I'm so appreciative to you, the nation, all things that people are doing. I wish I could reach out to more people that had plugs in their ears, not to necessarily change, but to listen. We live not too far from the fires. We're in Pacoima, Hanson Dam. And it was getting crazy. My mom's 83. They turned off our electricity. There was fires in Silmar and Altadena. We live on a hill. By the way, that's probably flooding. And Charlene can explain. I said it was really going crazy. And I said to her, I'm going to go find my corner. You remember that, right, Charlene? I said, I'm going to find my corner. She told me about this, and I'm sure everyone listening understands what that meant. I did not know what it meant, but when I said I'm going to go find that corner, I felt safe. That's how out of control life was during the fires, and I'm glad we're going to talk about that. But moreover, what I have to say is this: I was wrong. I misjudged. I misunderstood. I stand corrected. And that's pretty much it, I think, unless you want more.
Wow. No, that's fine. I just you're making me remember some things too. And so as we everyone stay with us, please spread the word. Help me help me make people aware because I didn't get a chance to do it myself today with the flyer. But Liberated Sisters is on the air. We're speaking to Shirley Shepherd. And actually Shirley and I have so many different things in common. We seem very, very there's like a very big like difference between us, but there's also something things that's so similar. We both love the legal field. Shirley has a podcast looking for my give a F. Give a F. That's all I'm gonna say. And Shirley is being so mild mannered right now because she's so Shirley, you're doing a good job because her whole podcast and just herself, she's very authentic, but she's Shirley, just thank you for what you shared and the way you shared it and for coming to visit because you all she really let me know a lot of the things that we hear for any members of the Nation of Islam and even people who are not. We know what the criticisms are, what the critique is, and what we know what the lies are, like the outright vicious lies. And so some of that, just like other people, she was not immune to that. And but some of the things you were saying, I'm like, what? Like Scooby Doo, like, no, but you did hear, but as we make way, just stay with us, everybody. Shirley, you too, stay, please. But we met at a time I was all over the place because I felt under attack. I was under attack, for whatever that meant for me. But I was just having a hard time. It was just that workplace mumbo jumbo. What is it called? Some people today, the term is microaggressions. It was macroaggressions, okay? And because that's my day, quote unquote, job kind of thing. And well, when I was doing it, but also my love, like I love the legal profession in terms of, what I do with it. I love justice. I love right law, not the legal system here in this land, but I do love truth and justice, and so I have a passion for that. But anyway, I was walking into the office toward my desk, and I passed by and I said, "There's a black woman here." I just literally said, I said, hold up. There's a black lady. I said, she's cute. Look at her. I said, who's this little black girl here? Because there's not many of us in those halls. But I
That's
mean,
right.
in certain places, there's a lot in the profession, but still at the same time, in that place, no. So when I saw, and I think the biggest thing, not I think, but one of the biggest things about it, you all, is that where she was sitting, because I could have passed and she could have been sitting in the profession. It's called the bullpen. She could have been sitting out in the main area in the center. Management sits, it's like the grocery store. The top tier is on the outside. You want nutrition. You're going to deal with the produce, the vegetables. The outside, you want the junk. You go on the inside. I'm not calling us junk. I'm just saying that top tiers on the outside. And she was sitting very close to the front, and she was sitting in one of the managerial offices. And I was like, she's somebody. But it was also her aura, her presence. And I was excited just at the thought of seeing someone else. But there were other black women there, and I same thing. But her energy was very different. Like it was like a breath of fresh air. Just that whole, because I passed that hallway all the time. So what was different that day? Because it almost said like, look right, literally look right. And I looked right and I was like, whoa. And here we are.
Yeah.
So anyway, not to belabor that, there was just so much going on. And needless to say, I'm not at that place anymore. I couldn't stay. She without going into those things, the energy and vibe there was just not there. It was very it was good in terms of if that's what you're going to do, and it was a good income, but it was just not worth it. And I think it feeds into all of the show today, like whatever we're dealing with and healing on purpose with Naira, who's coming up later. You guys, please spread the word that Coach Naira will be here. Shirley, I want you to be here for that. That's why I don't know if you got to go, but I'm
No,
thinking
I'm
I need,
here. I'm
yeah,
here. I'm here
I,
every show the full time. That's it. This is Shirley's time. This is I'm
I,
so busy helping and mentoring others. This is where I get fed. So rock it.
you're gonna love Coach Nair. You're gonna love what she's bringing. But this is all. I think that for me, I think that a higher power put this show together because I had all these different ideas, and they're still there. But the certain elements and the segments that are coming, they're just fitting. It's like what you were sharing about your Aunt Patsy, and she just took to me. You guys, like, she just took to me. She didn't know me from Adam. We're strangers. First of all, we're in a law firm, where it's just like it's. I don't know if it's like that in other law firms, but I know in Los Angeles law, it's like boom, boom. It's high pressure, high pace, and we found time. She found time to make a connection, and she went around. She cares. She talked to everybody. I would hear her on the other side and just Kiki at my desk because I knew she was over there spreading sunshine to other people. Like I saw a transformation in this place. I saw people literally go from slump shoulder, me number one, but go from slump shoulders, bent over, just just like there was a commercial in the South where this guy is it used to be Dunkin' Donuts, and he turned the light on at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and it's gray and dull, and his wife is like, "Oh, you're up, honey." He's like, "Time to make the donuts." And the reason I say that is because it was mundane, but my mom and I always joke about, like, if something we don't want to do, it's like time to make the donuts. But at any rate, I said all of that to say, yeah, time to make the donuts. He was going off to work, but I said all of that to say that lives change there. Lives change for the better. Some people are still there. Some people decided to not still be there. But I know that people started talking in this space. People started communicating with each other. How do you have a team of people who are not talking, but you want them to work together? I mean, it was just really bizarre. But she just, I mean, Shirley, you're a breath of beyond a breath of fresh air. And so, talk some more. As I want you to talk some more about um, Altadena and
Sure.
what the guest last week shared with you. That would have been Brother James, Muhammad, Brother William, and I think we had Brother Josiah. We know Sister Tiffany. I'm getting the show before that confused. We were on with Sister Tiffany. Oh, the sister with the marathon. But in terms of Pasadena, Altadena fires.
Well, I can start with, again, my mom's 83, 84 years old. And I know with Donald Trump getting into office, I see it differently than she does. But then again, like I said, she's 83, 84. She doesn't want to tell me because it's getting closer to a number she ain't trying to deal with, right? But she says to me, she gets up because I'm at her home, and she gets up, and every morning she's just really, she's been through all the different, changes with Black people. And she gets up and she's just basically crying every day. And part of it was, I think, Mom, are you not feeling well? Because she was very ill. But
Wow.
moreover, she just thought that we weren't doing anything as a generation. I mean, as anyone doing anything. You're not getting it on the news. She watches MSNBC. She won't even try other channels. So
Hmm.
I just didn't have any answers for her because I kept saying, yeah. She's like, well, everyone's helping Pacific Palisades. What about Altadena? And I'm like, well, Mom, I'm sure they're helping, but I didn't have time to look. Sometimes I can get a little unavailable for others, right? So all of a sudden, and I want to add this thing too, and
Hmm.
Charlene, we must use this. My son, you guys, is a fire paramedic. Station 81, I think it is, or 87 in Panorama City. With that, there's so much information I could pull from him to help us. But let
Hmm.
me just really quickly say this. But he was my paramedic. I was more concerned about his well-being selfishly than what he could bring to us. But so remind me, I'm going to go visit him at that station and get some information that we might not have. But moreover,
Hmm.
last week was the first time I understood that people were going in and helping people from Altadena. The first thing my mom said out of her mouth, because we own our home in Pacoima and Hanson Hills, they're going to go and buy the homes. I was so happy to hear that there were going to be rallies and things saying, please don't do that. I was happy to
Hmm.
hear about the young man, I think his favorite flavor, the young boy who lost his drum set and it was replaced. I was in awe hearing about people like, I have nothing more but to give because I have nothing left but to give. You know what I mean? Like, I think there were like the people, they owned the church or they were preachers or whatever. They said, listen, we lost everything, but we have this house of worship. And so therefore we will gain whatever we need to strengthen along with sharing with others. I was so darned moved. I was so moved to where I was like, well, I think I might go to that protest about don't sell the homes. And
Mm,
and
mhm.
that's a lot for me. Okay. That's really a lot.
I
It's about
real talk, you all need to know it, that is a big stretch.
that is a lot for me. And after the show, I was just so intrigued with all the information. And the coach was on there. She talked about her marathons, and then oh girl, 8:30 in the morning after she did the, what was it, um was it the marathon, something she had done, but 8:30 in the morning she gets up, and even though she was driven to the courthouse, she got up and went to the hearing. That is gangster.
Yeah, the
The other,
triathlon, the
yes,
Ironman.
there you go. The other woman who she was at the end of the show talking about the things she was doing and how she was doing. I just got a piece of that. That's gangster. The men who were on the show talking about what they're doing, but giving the respect to everyone that spoke. You have no idea how that was like music to my ears. I'm not often
Mm.
around people with such discipline. And this is funny. I asked you, did you guys all go to coach what is it, Toastmasters? Because you guys,
Toastmasters.
that's how white I can get, right? I'm like, everyone went to
No, they
Toastmasters
yeah, we went
because
to the Archon School of Civilization.
the
Now
pause,
go
the
ahead.
in-depthness, the pause, it was just so, it was like, it was, you have to understand. You guys look me up online, Shirley Shepherd. You can look at my Facebook page. I think there's other stuff. My shows. You will find I am no joke. I am a piece of heaven
I'll
work.
link you.
Most of it, most of it's like could be negative. it feels so good to come back and say, wait a minute, there are smarter people than me. There are greater people than me. Let's roll. Because I've been dealing with these folks in the legal profession, and they know a whole bunch of Shirleys and Charlene's, and it's been tough. And I went to my mom about a year ago and said, Mom, all my intelligence, all my education, all this, all that, was it a waste? And she couldn't answer because no one would ever listen to me. They could not get past a face. Wow. Go to a mosque where they cover it and get past it. Okay? Because that's when you see heart. That's when you see souls. That's when you see movement. Not me. So I'm so proud to be a part of something. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to join anything whatsoever. But my mind is with you. I have a son that's a firefighter, and I'm going to brag about the fact the first time I heard about Dena was from you. Now, I give you all the thank you, but I'm ashamed of myself, for I should have been getting more information. Girl, don't get it twisted. We're going to get some information. I have forgotten. I have been beat down by the outskirts of other folks. I forgot my greatness within. I was going to quit the legal field after 30 some odd years until I met Charlene. Some days I still want to quit, but moreover,
I quit it and go back every day. Go ahead.
Moreover.
Wow, you were? Wait. I'm sorry. Yeah. Everybody help us remember the moreover. You were going to quit?
Yeah, I was tired. Yeah. Well, it's probably similar to, when you have information and we're trying to share information, when you're trying to show people, it's not easy, but let me give you the tools so that we can be ready and this and that. I've been attacking the legal profession by myself as a Black woman who I heard what they would say about me after work, but I said, I'm not going to quit because I need every woman to hear this. I can't quit after they told me it was nothing. I can't quit after I failed the bar so many times it spells out my name. I can't quit because if I quit, then you guys don't know what to expect. But I had no one to ever give it to. I mean, my mom, she's from Catholic to, who knows, depends on the day. And then me, my birthday is 5/16/1966. So everyone told me I was the devil. Okay, yeah, pretty much. What? But, yeah, my birthday's.
Well, why?
Because all the sixes, 5/16,
oh,
5/16. Yeah, you do the, and let me tell you, sometimes I was no, but now I have new life. Now I did not understand how I know so many people and so many things I could put together and help, and I'm not alone. I felt alone, and I've reached out to Black folks. Hey, I'll do everything for you. I'll do your litigation for you. I'll do all that. And then, you get, oh, she thinks she's cute. No, I really don't think I'm cute. I'm past that.
But you're cute. Okay, you're cute. Okay.
I'm old.
They think you're
cute. But no one ever took me seriously. Like, no, I will give you the shirt off my back. Charlene can say when she had tough times, she called me and we talked.
I said, I don't know where you're going, but I'm going with you. You're not leaving me.
So what I'm trying to say for all those is that we need to hear this. We talked about Kendrick Lamar, and that was beautiful, but I knew about his writings and who he was, and I still missed a lot of stuff. But more importantly, after the TV was turned off, how many people really have marched and walked into what he was saying? My Facebook page, the TV's off, you'll see static because I'm ready. And you got, the nation's ready. And I'm just so excited. It's just, I'm so sad that I was told such negative things until of recent, because I've wasted so many years believing that I was better than because of what someone else said. And I apologize.
Wow.
Yeah, that was huge.
Shirley. Wow. Wow, thank you for sharing that. But you see, I would like to take the phrase out of our upcoming guests at 6 o'clock, Coach Naira, Sister Naira Muhammad. That's healing on purpose right there. Again, everyone, it's a woman's guide to healing, leadership, and empowerment. Shirley, oh my gosh, that is really beautiful what you share. And again, we're talking about her first time ever walking into a Nation of Islam mosque meeting, and the reason why she hadn't before. And so you just heard it there. I appreciate you sharing that. Shirley was just going to come on, but this is how it happens with us. She was going to come on, and I really wanted her to do the recap, because our conversation post show last week, I was like, oh my God, would you share that with the viewers? But, well, yeah, these are viewers and listeners on the podcast. But she's just a breath of fresh air. She has her own show again, and I was endeared to that too, because it's on Blog Talk Radio, or I found it on Blog Talk Radio. And as we all know, the ones who are familiar with Liberated Sisters, our own Minister Ava Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with her. She broadcast for decades on Blog Talk Radio. I even had the feedback line on Blog Talk. So when I saw someone on Blog Talk, I said, "You on Blog Talk?" Bet, as the children say. But let me see if we have any question or comment for you, Shirley, because Sister
Sure.
Tawan already had said, "Thank you, Allah. Thank Allah, God, you met civilized people." And she said, "No, Paul was a Christian killer. It is never too late." Sister Tawan, thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
in, Tawan. I want to stay right with me, Shirley. I want to uh, pull up some the final call newspaper for the Justice Report. And
Yes.
everyone, I'm not quite sure. Please, God, I want to play this interview with you all, for you all, with Davy D regarding the Super Bowl performance. And if I'm not able to open up my music app and edit it real quick, at least I will transition. Actually, let's just gonna take a sharp break. It's not even really a break enough to go anywhere. I just wanted to segue real quick so I can pull up the final call newspaper and go into the Justice Report. So Shirley, you're good?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, stay with me. Stay with me. I've just relegated you to a co-host right now. Stand by. Let me. No, you don't have. I won't put you on mute. I want to just share something that I really enjoyed when someone sent this to me. So let's listen to this a little bit. I said, "This brother know he can sing," and I'll get the Justice Report ready. Okay.
No problem.
I
No problem.
how can I share this, and if when we get to that segment, God willing, I'd like to know what you all think about uh, the performance, or like just the different symbolisms in it. But let me see how I can share this. Okay, bear with me. Thank you. I want to present. Oh, he's right here already. Here it
You
is. And we pray. Okay. um I have something here. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take this out. Okay, and here we go. Am I playing it?
I don't hear it yet.
Come up. I'ma do my stuff. Come on. Feeling like a why you tired? Strike a chord. It's probably ain't mine. Come on. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. Come on, church. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. You think that they gon' let you disrespect us? Nah. I think the open show will be your last stop. Take cold foul. I don't know why you still pretend.
No, not again, not again. I
Good.
so I want to go. I want to see him in his choir, wherever he's singing. I want to see what he's dealing with, because his part can sing. But at any rate, here's Coach Naira is getting ready to come into the studio. So um,
Awesome.
that was supposed to be my segue to the Justice Report. So Shirley, let me get the Justice Report going real quick, but don't
Sure.
go anywhere. Okay, I'll bring you right back in, because of what you do. Because a lot of your broadcasts have really helped in my journey to heal on purpose and to heal myself. And I just want to embed in us heal on purpose, which is the title of Naira's Coach Naira's book and workbook, as well as her book, because she helped me give a name to what was happening with me. Like, yeah, you have to be intentional about what you're doing, and so for yourself. So let me get to the justice report, because after Sister Naira's segment, we're going to be bringing in, God willing, Josiah Bruni of Music Changing Lives to talk about the recovery efforts on the ground, what's been happening recently in Dena. Okay, Pumps went on the ground just one day. I decided to go to. The Spirit led me. I was like, oh, the zone is open, so go ahead and get some coverage. Get some coverage. Go speak to some people, and it was overwhelming. I had to pull over and cry. It was really overwhelming to see, like, not just down the block, but up and down the whole neighborhood. You could see as far as the next few blocks. It was just amazingly unbelievable. But let me, what am I supposed to be doing, Shirley?
Bringing in the next guest.
Justice report.
Am I officially the co-host?
I don't know if I want to tell you that yet, because
I know.
I just want to invite, because you are authentic.
Yes, I know.
I would love. No. I would like for you here. I would like for you to stay on.
Yes.
For the rest of the show, for this reason, because you definitely, this next segment coming up with Coach Naira Muhammad, you may have some questions for her that I know will enhance something for the viewers, because of what I know about you and what you do with your own podcast. Just how you feed people, and this is along your vibe. This is the vibe that you're on, and then for Heal Dena, you really want resources. You're asking for things. I have a few things, but you're going to be sitting here like you're here now. And yes, you can come through the chat and ask something, but you can directly relate to Brother Josiah and get real answers, like for your friend in the Palisades, because it's not just Dena that they're concerned about. However, they are out to Dena, and so that's primary. If that makes sense. So let me do this so that when we can be right on time for Sister Naira. So you stay right there, Cheryl. I'm going to go in and do my justice report. And thank you all. Stay with us, okay? Liberated Sisters. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. We're on the line with Shirley Shepherd, who has agreed to stay with me for the rest of the show because I just love her energy. And we're getting ready for our dear beloved sister, Coach Naira. Right now, we have the justice report coming up. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go. There's the cover story for the current edition of the Final Call newspaper. Our sentence in America is up. God has come for the Black man and woman. This is the center article by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who, by the way, is 70 years, 7 decades. This Saviours Day convention, or Saviours Day 2025, marks his 70th year of labor as a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so Saviours Day 2025 is a homecoming. We'll be talking about that in our next week's show. And this cover story by Brother Brian Muhammad is regarding the war and what's happening in Gaza, Palestine, a sinister plot for occupation. Global outrage erupts over U.S. President Donald Trump's announced plan for America to take over Gaza and forcibly expel thousands of Palestinians from their rightful homeland. You can read that article on page 2. We invite you to subscribe to the Final Call newspaper, finalcalldigital.com or finalcall.com. So the Nation of Islam, as I said, is preparing for Saviours Day 2025. Our dear sister Anisa Muhammad, staff writer down in Atlanta, Georgia, speaks about our convention, which is we're preparing for an influx of believers and guests. We're planning to go to Chicago February 21st through 23rd. And this convention is taking place right on the grounds of the National Center in Chicago. That includes Mosque Mariam and Muhammad University of Islam. NOI.org for more information. And we invite you to join us in our Saviours Day gift show of love to Minister Farrakhan for all of his love and defense and being a divine warner and being our great protector and friend. We give him a gift every year, and I'll certainly put my link in the chat. But if you just go to NOI.org, you can donate to help us give love to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We have also by Sister Yamina Muhammad, Robert Brooks' death ruled as a homicide as demands for justice escalate. This is a case in New York. Mr. Brooks died December 10th, the day after cameras recorded him being beaten by corrections officers at Marcy Correctional Facility in Oneida County in New York. And then also from Sister Anisa, a judge dismissed charges against former DA accused of shielding Ahmaud Arbery's killers. This is our brother. He was jogging, if you remember that, and he was slain. And so Sister Anisa has written that article. Protect and elevate the Black woman. You know, I always love that. Yes, we do. Brother William P. Muhammad, contributing writer, is dealing with what has been happening. Student Minister Dr. Wesley Muhammad of the Nation of Islam Research Group as well. I'm sorry, of the Executive Shura Council of the Nation of Islam has been speaking about the root cause of domestic violence. And he was at a recent event featured at a panel discussion. And so that is something by Brother William Muhammad. We also, and I wish I could show you the images, but we also have our FOI, or spotlighted for spreading the word in the street. I want to see if, I know I have a couple of articles in. I just want to read the headline of them and keep moving, because now we're ready for Naira in 2 minutes. Excuse me. And again, this is Liberated Sisters. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. We have family activists in the Louisiana area. They're continuing to fight for the release of a jailed 11-year-old girl. Her name is little 11-year-old. She's 11-year-old Milan. That's on page 24 of the current edition of the Final Call newspaper. And she pretty much was incarcerated. There's a lot of shenanigans around it, but she was incarcerated at 11 years old in the fatal shooting of a 36-year-old white man, Cameron Bedsoe. She's still languishing in a juvenile detention center. There's a lot around her case, and activists and her family are still fighting for her to come home. And then, of course, we have How to Eat to Live. We have Caring for Our Elders, the impact some U.S. nursing homes are having on families, and much, much more in the Final Call newspaper. And so that is the cover story. We're going to cut the music here, and we're going to go right now into the next segment with Sister Naira Muhammad. And listen, if you all know Coach Naira is a disseminator of truth and information. I was looking for the very correct word for her. And so let's bring her in right now. Sister Naira, assalamu alaikum. Oh, let's see. There you go.
There
Oh,
we go. There we go. Yes, ma'am. How are you, beautiful?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely fantastic. Ready for Saviours Day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. Let me see how I can um I need to do something here because I'm seeing some things that I need to take off stage. Okay, where are we? I want to just because I want to put Shirley's picture back,
No, it's
but I
okay.
don't know. I'm trying to see how I have me on here, Liberated Sisters on the stage. I don't see how, but anyway, um, I'm not going to tamper with things because that's how I mess stuff up. So Naira, sorry that I apologize that I don't like I'm not on camera. I'll explain it again later.
It's
The
all
viewers
good.
will hear me. Yeah, let's keep it moving with you, and I would like for you to see Shirley. But if I do this, then you're gone. So
I
I don't want you gone.
I
I don't
don't
want
need to
you
be
gone.
seen. I'm okay. I don't need to be seen.
Okay, I understand. Thank you, Shirley. So, Sister Naira, what I broke into the comment, but what I was going to be saying, I apologize that I didn't have a flyer for you to let your viewers know. Naira has a great following, and so Naira, please forgive me, but um, I'm not even holding up my book, but let me introduce her properly because when you know somebody, you just start talking to them and you're like, but you need to be, let the people know who they are. Flow power. So Sister Naira Tavika Muhammad is an inspired visionary. She's founder of Repair of the Black Family Incorporated. She's a dynamic speaker. Anybody who knows her know, y'all better know it. She is a spiritual advisor. Yes, she is. I've received that. And she's a transformational life coach, master retreat leader, active member, and captain emeritus of Muhammad Mosque number 95 in the Nation of Islam. And that's MGT, that's Muslim Girl Training General Civilization class. She is also, now listen, all of it is huge, and this is huge just as well. So huge. She is also a clear class 4 auditor. Come on, Naira. class 4 class 4 auditor, 3 L's completion. You're gonna have to explain that, okay?
Okay,
For
yeah, I
some of
don't
us.
know. That was the wrong bio, but it's okay. I have two
Okay.
bios. Totally fine.
Okay. Well, so I'll let me go down. So I'm gonna go down to this because I was gonna be like, oh. So here's where we are with it right now with what we're talking about. Sister Naira specializes in releasing generational trauma patterns and stories through her keen intuition. Her goal is to use her life experiences and training in re-education and reformation to help bring one from darkness into light. She strives to enlighten and works daily to help repair the Black family and humanity. I bear witness. She has spoken to thousands of listeners, worked with many faith-based organizations, youth groups, community leaders, volunteers, and schools. Sister Naira has shared the stage with and trained as a certified speaker of Les Brown. Sister Naira has helped many men, women, and families attain optimal health by improving the function of the spirit, mind, and ultimately the body. Her mission in life is to help restore the Black family's customs and beliefs while working to help bring a universal government where we can all live in peace regardless of class, creed, and color. Sister Naira,
Right.
assalamu alaikum.
Like us
I
so
need a
long.
I need an applause button
There
for
you
that.
go.
No need. Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to share the stage with you and your beautiful guests. Thank you all for making space for me to be here and paving the way. Y'all was already on fire. By the time I logged in, I'm like, woo, they got it on fire.
All praises due to Allah. We trying to get back, getting back. Sister Naira, listen, everybody, heal on purpose. I'm gonna put a chapter when she speaks, gets to speak, and I'm gonna put the pictures in so you can see the beautiful image alone. Lavender, all that purple. That's my color, Naira. But Sister Naira's book, Heal on Purpose: A Woman's Guide to Healing, Leadership, and Empowerment. Sister Naira, thank you for my signed copy. I got through. I've been doing my journal. I've been working in it. So give us, tell us how did it come about, and just give us, just talk about it.
Okay, so let's talk about the workbook first.
Because I want to show them pictures. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So the workbook is actually a product of all of my coaching that I've been doing. I've just taken bits and pieces from different women that have gone through things, that have expressed different things. And what I've come to find as a life coach is that we need something tangible. We need something in our hands. We need something so we can sit, reflect, and really have a mental dump, right? And most times I find that as women, we have to be guided, because if we can do it by ourselves, guess what? It would have been done a long, long time ago. So I truly find that it's best to have a mentor, a coach, some type of tool that you can help evolve yourself and eradicate those things, the known and the unknown. And I truly brought this about because, I know that sometimes we need to be asked the right questions. And when we're asked the right questions or have the right conversation that's tailor fitted for us, we begin to solve our own problems. So as I consider myself a master problem solver, right, I wanted to give people something that they can solve their own problem, in particular women, because it's geared towards the woman.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, but I'm on mute.
No, I got you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm already excited. That's all I have to say. Because I understand, I make up a word. I understand the importance of tangibility in addition to the other things we do, the meditation, so on and so forth. But having something that's tangible for some reason is still necessary for people of this world. So yes, I love the tangibility and visiting back and doing all these. I'm excited. Just go ahead, educate me.
Yes,
Shirley, I'm gonna Shirley, in honor of our Saviours Day. I'm sorry, Naira, to cut you off. Shirley, in honor of our Saviours Day gift season, and I'll give you more reality on what that is. I'm gonna get a set for you so you can have your set. So Naira, I'm gonna handle that. Okay.
Oh, thank you. And then I will be more than happy to share it with other, and have buy other sets for others, because I'm excited. I need to get it.
How about we just be a gift giver and I just give it to you?
There you go. Because
how about I just be a gift giver? It's Saviours Day. Look, I know you want your blessings, but let me get mine too, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, look, you give her the book, I'll give her the workbook.
You know what? Yeah, I want the blessings. Bless me. Actually, I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we got you covered. Thank you, Sister Naira. But go right on the, I want to go ahead and right on ahead. I want to pull the pictures as you talk, and then I want to ask you some questions and let you know how it impacted me. Like, I was having a hard time with question number 1, but I pushed through it. But go ahead.
Okay, so now it's a whole book, so you got to remind me what question number 1 is. I'm pulling up the book. Okay, reflect. Okay, I got it right here.
I got my, I want to show, again, that's preparation for myself. I want to show them. So the first question, look, everybody, the first question got me. I had to really sit and be with myself. And the first question was, what's weighing on my mind? I was like, well, what's not? What's not weighing? I had to take it from that perspective.
Let's look at the title, okay? Because I want to make sure that we're lockstep with one another. It says step 1, reflect on your current challenges, right? And then it goes to what's weighing on your mind. The key word here, Sister Shirley, is current, because a lot of times, let's get with that, right? A lot of times we're stuck so far in the past that we cannot deal with present time issues. So we start basing our conversations on past stuff. We start dealing with people about past things, and we haven't yet to confront what's happening in present time. So I put it in a way as what's happening right now. Let's reflect on the current challenges as we begin to confront. It builds your confront to deal with yourself and others in present time.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Shirley, I wish you had your book right now. Okay, I appreciate that, Coach Naira. Sister
Yeah,
Coach Naira, but listen, Sister Minister Coach Naira. Which one are you? Coach Naira.
let's
But
go.
look,
Just whatever makes you feel comfortable.
so you helped me right there very big. And I read it, but I went straight to the question, and you're right. Your current challenges. So I'm just gonna tell you what mine were. So I guess they all tap back into the past, but somebody help me keep the time before the Dena comes on too. But excess weight, okay,
Mm-hmm.
finances,
Mm-hmm.
my house renovation and repair,
Mm-hmm.
and car insurance and repair,
Mm-hmm.
uh debts, and prosperity in business. And I stopped because the blank stopped. The box ran out, and I just wanted to stay inside the line.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's currently on my head. That was weighing on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Good. So as you wrote that down, did you feel any relief? Because you transferred the energy from mind to the physical universe.
I did. I got to be honest, because I was able to go to step 2 and make it. I got, girl, you good. I was able to do that.
It's like because we gotta take it. See, listen to what it says. It says what's weighing. If something is weighing, that means it got weight to it. It can be heavy. So we want to take the weight off your mind so you can have some alleviation from the current challenges. Take it off your mind and put it on that paper. Now you can see it.
But okay, I'm looking at it. But
Okay.
okay, wait. Cool. So
The
then,
first thing is let's just unburden you. Okay, because
okay,
it keeps going. Then what's the next thing?
okay. The next thing is, where do I feel emotionally drained?
Mm,
Now, let me just say this, Sister Naira. First of all, everybody listen, Liberated Sisters, viewing audience, brother, sister, whomever. I got this is a really big breakthrough. I think maybe like 7 to 8 journals and books, and I have something written in every one of them, but not even halfway through the page. But I got through the whole first chapter
great.
without stopping. I really did. I was able to confront it and go through the first chapter. So just going to that second blank was a lot. So the second one was, where do I feel emotionally drained?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
9 times out of
So
10. 9 times out of 10, right? I don't mean to cut you
mhm.
off, but I don't want to go. Let's
No,
go through a session here, but let's just look at this as we're the whole audience is listening. Okay,
that's right.
9 times out of 10, for the most part, of what I have found in my practice, is when people or women in particular are emotionally drained, it's actually attached to what's weighing on their mind
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
current situation. So now
Okay.
you're identifying the emotions that comes with what's weighing on your mind.
Mm.
That's the ideal scene here. Where do you feel emotionally drained? Because as you see, the next question is, what physical aches and pains do you regular experience?
Mm-hmm.
Sister
Mm-hmm.
Charlene, Sister Charlie,
Yeah,
when we work with
Shirley.
women, it's okay. When we work with women, being emotionally drained and the things that's on our minds is attached most times to the heart.
The heart. Wow.
Chest pains.
Hmm. Why is that?
Because the mind and the heart is not in alignment.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's not in alignment with your divine self. You got
Mm.
the weight of the world on your mind. So if it's on your mind, it's in your heart. If it's in your heart, it's on your mind.
Well, it can't stay there.
No, it ain't. Mhm.
Well, wait, they gotta go. Can't say that.
And then
But then,
as you see, and we go on and on. We're not gonna go through the whole thing, but the next thing is, do I feel spiritually disconnected and unfulfilled?
mm, mm-hmm.
Right? So
Right.
if you physically in the matter, you emotionally drained, right? And your mind is weighed down, then are you spiritually? This is to get you to reflect. Remember, it says reflect on your current challenge.
Reflection.
You're reflecting on these
Mm-hmm.
things because you cannot solve no problems if you don't know what it is and you can't.
Okay.
This is getting you to confront your own spiritual, mental, and emotional, and also physical pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as the
Look at it.
book goes on, it gives you a way to work out your solutions or quote unquote salvation. That's why it's called a workbook.
Mm. Mm. It sure is.
It's a
Hey,
workbook. This not a journal. You got a journal. That,
you feel me? You- this-
that's separate. You have a journal, but this
yeah,
is a workbook because a
right.
lot of times we want to show up, we want to talk about healing, but what are you doing to actually work through your healing, work
Mm.
out your healing to cure yourself?
Hmm. Sister Naira, how did you
Mhm.
develop this idea? And I just went straight into, look, let me ask you a question, but she has the how to use this workbook. She talks about how it's designed to be your personal companion on a transformative journey toward deeper healing, self discovery, and empowerment. Whether you are seeking to heal from emotional pain, rediscover your inner strength, or step into a leadership role in your life, this guide is here to support you. So there's the answer right there, but I won't read it. I'd like to let you tell us why you created it. And I love it because you said you created it for you, meaning
I-
us, the reader
right.
the work.
Well, let me just say this. I know maybe a lot of your followers don't know who I am and what I do and how I show up in the world. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us a tool and a technology called Dianetics, which is the modern science to mental health for mental health, right? And in this, we learn how to confront our own demons. And this is done through a methodology of which is valid therapy called auditing or spiritual counseling, mental counseling. And a lot of times, what I found is people need help. Women, in particular, need help with their minds. And they can't always get in a chair to receive valid therapy. But with the training that I have received and the experience that I have for working with women for over half of my life or more, I was able to take the training, take the experiences, my own problems and other people's problem, and codify it and put it in a way where a person can actually go through this book and experience some form of valid therapy. And they don't have to lean and wait on for somebody to do something for them, that they should have the able, what they could have the able and capability to do it for themselves. So the workbook is designed for a woman not only to go through her problems and identify her problems and begin to work through her problems, but now she goes into taking that leadership role. She can not only impact herself, but she creates and impact and influence others. And she developed the leader from within self. I've come to find out a lot of us don't believe that we're leaders if we're not standing before people or we don't have a group of people. No, you are your own leader. And that takes skill, that takes training, that takes cultivation, that takes nurturing. Nurture the leader from within. And as we begin to nurture the leader from within, now we have the capability to lead others, which is true empowerment. So you go from your healing, from your brokenness, to your ability to stand in your power. and create the future and help others through the journey.
Wow. Wow. I
Yeah,
so I so appreciate how you broke that down, and the 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 discovery of I'm my own quote unquote audience. I need to dig deep. I'm not doing it for everyone else. Really get in there. Some of those questions are hard to ask yourself, and then to, to not only ask, but to respond to, and to somewhat let go of. And I've been going through something very similar, not with the particular training that you are sharing, but enough that, because when you let go, you grow a little bit. And even when other stuff comes out, you just got to let it go. Got to let it go, because this world goes really, really fast. And but it's hard work. You have to look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, from my own experience, I was dating someone, still with him, but 10 years ago, I was not very nice. Oh, that was last night. No, I'm just joking. That was yesterday. But he mentioned these things I was saying. He said, you're saying it to yourself, because that's not my issue. It took 10 years for me to understand the mirroring, and to, whoa, it's about me. It's so weird. You're supposed to be selfish, unselfish in this world, but there are times you have to be extremely selfish in order to be there for others. It's such a complicated thing. And I'm so happy that you're available for me to talk my ignorance, for you to go, okay, go to chapter 2.
Right. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, Shirley, because it's really laid out beautifully well, and it's a space within itself to heal. She has, because when I said I was going to get the book, Naira, when I saw you came out with it, I was having a hard time, like, just confronting that. I said, well, maybe you need to parse the word heal. Like, what is healing? And then I opened the book and you have it right there in chapter 1. I didn't have to go far of it, but can you explain to us, do we, sometimes we use words loosely, or we think we know them, but what is it to really heal? Because sometimes it seems like it takes a long time, or there's a time frame to it, or, if you're not doing something a certain way, what is healing?
I mean, well, one, you're right. In this dispensation of time, healing has become a slogan word, right? It's something where people just candidly use it. Is used in a fashionable way, but healing is really where you actually get to the root cause of your own suffering, pain, abandonment. You have to identify your healing. You have to identify what healing is for you. But healing is where you are actually taking responsibility to cure yourself of whatever is ailing you from past situations that is affecting your current condition. Healing is a journey. It's the state of taking responsibility for your pain, or however you define it, whatever it is that you're healing from.
Go ahead, Shirley.
It just, the continuum of learning is just, it's amazing how we do run around, talk about healing. It's like, you need to heal. Like, you need to explain to me what healing means, right? You know what I mean? We're quick to throw out what needs to be done, and we're never looking at ourselves. And I love the definition of healing. I mean, it's what is going to allow me to take responsibility of self, of past, and all these things, to become, if I like to add, a better person.
Right.
Once I take go ahead. No.
You're treating yourself. It's called treatment. Right? In healing, you're treating yourself to yourself. The best part of you, when you come through something, that's a treat. That's a treat.
Yes, ma'am.
Teach
That's
on that.
right.
Wow.
I love that. That
Right?
is the truth.
It's a
Wow.
treat when you can experience yourself in ways that you've never thought that you can experience yourself. It's so many parts of us that we don't have access to because
Mm.
we don't have access to a lot of parts of us. That's what, when I look at this in a coin phrase, right? This is just Naira. That's where that Virgin Mary for me come in. That virgin part of me that has yet to be touched
Mm.
by me and God. God
Mm.
has access to this, but I
Wait, come back.
got that I have to do to mine. Come on now,
Mhm.
come on, write this down, y'all.
Okay,
Mine myself out.
Wait, say again.
To mine myself. You know, when you mining for something,
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I gotta mine myself out. I gotta go through
Mhm.
all of the rust and the rumble, the poison and rusty locks, the abandonment, the disappointment, the hurt,
Mhm.
the resentment, the anger, the depression, the anxiety, the can't use my
Mm.
voice, the shrinkiness, being compared to, compare myself, whatever areas I got to go and mine myself out. That's the part that has yet to
Mhm.
be discovered that I haven't had the ability to know that girl.
Yes, it's like
Wow.
mind the gap. Mind that
That
gap.
is
Mind
that's
the gap.
amazing.
Although
I
that
gotta
means
find
something
it
else.
out.
But girl, I'm all excited. I'm ready for a book that I ain't got in front of me. But
Right?
I'm ready for
I
it.
have a question. Yeah, you're gonna get your book, Shirley. I have a question, Sister Naira, and you can all post your questions in the chat as well. I see Brother Josiah is almost ready to come in. Remember, we have the Hill Dena segment coming up next, you all. But Sister Naira, you have in chapter 3 emotional self-care.
Mhm.
Right there, those 3 words, I start trembling. People can start trembling.
Mhm.
But emotional self-care, I mean, like, break down that chapter for, because sometimes emotionalism and the word emotional has been negatively attached to women in terms of, oh, you emotional. Sometimes we hear that when people want to avoid conversation or just whatever. I don't want to say when people want to do something, I want to project that, but a lot of times it's a negative connotation, and it implied just mostly for women.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you notice throughout the book, I keep using reflect, right?
Yes, yes, you do.
And yes, so most times, often, my experience, okay, because remember, this is based upon my experiences in dealing with women and myself and others, and
Mhm.
training. It's hard to confront the emotions that causes us pain.
Mhm.
But in
Mm.
order to care for that pain, you got to first identify it, be with that pain, and
Yep.
now begin to nurture yourself or work yourself like with tools, work yourself through that pain.
Right. Yep.
Yourself is self-care. Take care of your emotions because your emotions can override your intellect if they're improper emotions.
Exactly.
Mm.
Amen. Oh.
So learning how to identify, learning how to look, sometimes it's just real like, look, today I'm not feeling it. And
Yep.
it's
Mm.
okay. It's okay for me not to feel this. It's okay that I don't want to be bothered. And it's okay because a lot of time, come on, Sister Shirley, you feel me. You feel
Oh
this too.
yeah.
Come on, Sister
Oh,
Shirley. Here we go. We
You
mask these emotions. We want to put on the show for everybody and knowing darn well
oh,
we're not. Look,
honey.
you're absolutely right. I
I got
don't
to
do.
get off the mask today and be me. I'm gonna get in that mirror and say, "Girl, you know what? You don't had a rough day, and it's okay. Guess what? You could go ahead and lay in your bed, eat your ice cream, watch the TV, take care of you, and then get back up and work on them feelings."
Did
I'm
it
trying.
today. I
Let
think I
me
did it twice today.
ask that. What a treat, because I never thought that I could just take it off. My mask may be just always there ready to help, and when I help, it's on the intellectual level. Not that that's a bad thing, but that takes up a lot of space and energy, especially when you're saving all kinds of people when the legal stuff comes up. And so sometimes, even when I watch TV, I'll watch something like a legal movie. I'm like, what is wrong with me? This is no. And so my mother even said this to me, and I thought, Mom, that's just not very nice. She goes, well, you're bipolar. I said, no, I'm in the legal profession. I said, wait a minute. I said, can't I just relax? And, and they tend to put what is it, names on you when you do that. But I want to thank you for saying, hey, Shirley, take the mask off, because I don't even know what I look like without it, my friend. I don't even know what I look like for real.
Let me tell you, Sister Charlotte, I understand that so completely. But when I started removing, it's like an onion. When I started peeling back the masks, and I was like, oh, what is that? What is this? You understand? And then I had to start to learn how to identify exactly what I was feeling and not what somebody else told me I had to feel, and adopted that feeling as real.
Girl, I'm about to blow up. I'm about to blow up.
No, that's not that feeling. No, that's not that feeling for me. It may have been for the person that told me, and I went into agreement with them. But that's no, right. That's not my true feeling. And when I started to learn and identify what was real for me, good, bad, or indifferent, that's where my healing began, because I was able to treat the wounds. Oh my God. I was able to treat the injuries, right? And I'm not talking about putting a band-aid on this thing. No, go ahead and get to the root cause and eradicate it up. Go ahead and get that out so the healing can begin. And now it can go ahead, and your body naturally heals itself. Well, guess what? Your mind will too when you start getting rid of the clutter.
That is true. I thought, I'm on my journey, but man, this feels so good, because the journey is never ending when you really want to get to that place of, I don't even know what it's called, but I'm so excited. I'm thinking, I read all these books. I know, what did you just say? And I need to hear it again. Yes. This is so important, especially to women who have husbands and children and all this, There's this term. It's like, what is it? The empty nest. There's a purpose there's a purpose for empty nesting. But everyone else is like, I ain't got no life. I did that. But empty nesting is about what we're talking about. It's about rejuvenate. I never did. I've just been running right along. Like I told you guys, my son being a firefighter, information for Dena, and I'm worried about him as my child. That's not right. It's just like, when do you stand first and say, you know what? I have a son that can help us. See, just the way of my thinking, girl. I'm about to give you hugs. Right there.
And this is where I love this space, and I know we have to go, Sister Charlene, but I love this space
Go ahead. I'm sorry,
because Sister Charlotte, I've never met you, but I'm connected.
Oh yes,
I never met you, but I feel celebrated. I never met you, but I already feel like we are part of community. And when we have spaces like this where women can possess their own power with other women and add value and pour into other women, that's healing. Because in our culture, keep it real, because I was one of those. I didn't do women in particular. Okay. I didn't do us. Okay. Why? Because we so darn cheeky. Where did I get that from? The elders.
Right.
The elders. Okay.
Right.
Here my aunties and everybody else on the front porch gossiping. Don't know what I'm taking on, but here we go. Grew up with a mentality. I only had one or two friends. And we prided ourselves. It was a pride and joy. We don't do women. Here we are, we women. We want to hang with a bunch of brothers or men. Okay. Don't have like sexual relationships, but those are our homeboys or however we named them, and came up into a community, identifying, putting on the mask, covering our hearts. We don't do women, but thank God for me. Thank God for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I heard that man's voice, and he called me beckoned me to a class. Well, not only did I have to learn how to do women, I was responsible for women. My God, you chose me, Lord, you chose me. Okay. So
I love that.
I had to learn to love myself. Now I love women. I love women, and in particular the Black woman. And because I can understand our suffering and our pain, and that's why I never give up on the work, Sister Shirley and Sister Charlene, of healing, because I know as I heal myself, other women is going to be affected by my healing. Do you hear me?
Somebody is going to be affected by your healing.
The work you put in. Somebody is going to benefit for generations. But how intentional are we? Are we trying to just heal for the day and heal for the moment? No, generational healing, baby. That's what we going. generational healing. And I want Black women to do Black women.
Thank you. Ooh,
right.
I love what you were saying. If I just may add to this, it's like with me, I have tried, and mom being half white, Black, I just hate that because people were stuck on my looks and my ability, quote unquote, to conjugate a verb. I'm being real. And they would attack and they would be so mean to me. And I just like, how do I do this? So it's been very recent where I'm just reaching out. I love Black people. I love them. They don't like me sometimes, but I'm going to be in their face because we have to love. Because I have too much inside of me to not share with the world. I got so much legal knowledge and things that we need as women and all the sacrifices I made, but we still here at 50. Girl, I'm loving you. You are giving me okay to go and take off a mask. I'm gonna call you.
Look, and give yourself permission today, tonight. Say it with me. I give myself permission.
Oh, I give myself permission.
I give myself permission
in my authentic power.
To stand up in my authentic power,
regardless to race, class, creed, color. I am me.
I am me, yes.
I am me, and I own this. I own this power right now, okay? I am me, regardless to race,
I
class,
love that.
Color. I am me, okay?
It's just it's so nice to hear. It's like I can be me and I can give and I'm gonna give. And I'm coming through, like me or not, but you're gonna get some whether you like it or not, because I'm here and I'm giving. I just love you.
I love you.
This is so awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. If you all would like the book, Sister Charlene, we could drive them to the website of www.repairoftheblackfamily.com. www.repairoftheblackfamily.com. And I will also suggest that you take the family quiz. We have a family quiz on there. If you don't get it from the website, it's definitely on Amazon. There's a digital book on Amazon, but I believe in going to the website, y'all. Y'all go to the website and go to www.repairtheblackfamily.com. That's the workbook. We also have a journal. I truly believe that women should write out their thoughts. It's a prompted journal, so it helps you to kind of have affirmations that you can say and write out your affirmations or write out whatever it is that you want, but it's a prompted journal. And we've made it very affordable. However, I can tell you, what you invest in yourself with this workbook and journal, you're going to get way more than what you invest in yourself. So absolutely. I want to thank you all again.
Hold up, Naira. Wait, hold on.
I ain't going to I'm just thanking us.
I love that. Wait a minute, authentic self, because I come here thinking I was authentic, but believing and working.
Hold on, Shirley. Hold on. I got to make sure that everyone knows that Brother Josiah Bruni is coming on, because Naira, I don't know what your time is like. It is a on the spot request, just like I put Shirley, but I just wanted to say that what I would like to do, Brother Josiah, pardon the delay. I'm coming, and everyone, we might have like a 10-minute expanded show or 15 minutes to make sure that brother gets his time. And clearly I'm not going to be able to do, unfortunately, the interview right now, this show with Brother Davy D. It needs to be correct and it needs to be edited. I did do a clear interview, but still you just have to re-listen. You don't want any hiccups. And so we will bring that in the next few days, next week. But Naira, we're talking about healing Pastor Dena. So 2 questions before we bring Brother Josiah on, and Shirley, you stay tuned for that segment. But one, Naira, I would like to know if you would be willing to do a Zoom come back to Liberated Sisters, but we'll have it on Zoom, not on the streaming platforms that I have, and we will have it for sure women only, where the audience can ask questions and we can make sure. I would like to see that those maybe register at least, so that I would like people to get your book, the sisters who would come onto the Zoom, so that we can have be lockstep in what you're saying. So would you be willing to do that? A Zoom session for the sisters? Okay. I'll be in touch.
Email my assistant and she'll make sure that my calendar is lockstep with what you have going on, but we would definitely love the invitation to do it.
That's
Love
right. And we want to make sure I want to be very intentional about it. So we have a registration list, people have their books, and we can really, be on the same page with you. And then also, would you give a word of healing on purpose as we segue into the Heal Dena segment with Brother Josiah Bruni, of Music Changing Lives? Because as like just the trauma of many of our people, and of course you have, obviously in that Black women who just, they had it, like I heard one sister say on the news, I had a home and now I don't.
Mm.
Now she
Yes,
wouldn't run away from her home, like the home is gone, burned down, so a
ma'am.
word for that. um
Well, yes, ma'am. I just want to say that the race is not to the swift nor to the strong, but those who can endure to the end. And we're definitely living in a time where we have to endure. We have to have the strength, the fortitude, the know how, but most importantly, the connection to your creator. However, you call upon him, call on the Lord, and then get up and go to work and stay connected with people that care. Maya Angelou says this: people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So get with people that can make you feel, help you to feel good, and stay connected. And just know that the God, He will never forsake you, nor He will never leave you or forsake you. And just keep pressing on. And that's my words as it relates to healing. The race is not to the swift nor to the strong, but those who can endure to the end. So just keep going and stay connected.
Thank you so much, Sister Naira, on behalf of Liberated Sisters. Thank you for being back. We will have that Zoom. I don't want to be, I want you to be, I don't want to be the big picture. I want you to be the,
Yes,
okay.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here waiting on your next guest,
I
but
need a,
I'm excited.
I
I
need a producer. We need a producer. Okay, Sister Naira, thank you. Repair the Black Family is down scrolling. We will be back in touch, and thank you. I know it's a short segment, but thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate it. Love you
you.
so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. I'm so grateful for you all. I'm here. Charlene, Sister Charlene, do you want me to stay here or what am I doing, sis?
Well, I wonder if you do have a moment to,
I'm
if you wanted to
staying.
add, yeah, add in, not to squeeze in on Brother Josiah's segment, but we're talking about healing on purpose, and so, but that stay with us, stay
I'm
with
staying
us
with
then.
y'all. Unless y'all
Okay, let's see. I want to feed as much energy and flow as much power as I can to our next guest as well. So, everybody stay tuned. Spread the word. Josiah Bruni is coming up on Liberated Sisters. We have Coach Naira, our beloved sister, student minister Naira Muhammad, Shirley Shepherd. It's
hey,
a bit. This is the real party line.
I'm a student in the ministry class.
I'm excited.
You said what? You said what?
I'm just a student in the ministry class.
Oh, my bad. Thank you so much for correcting me on that. And then here we go. Let's bring in Brother Josiah, Josiah, because just like everyone, he has something.
Uh-oh.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. One moment. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and
Welcome.
blessings.
Peace and
But
blessings unto you, my sister. How are you doing?
uh, brother, I'm doing good. I look, I'm almost through producing the show. And I'm doing good, Brother Josiah. Just thank you for being patient. Thank you
Oh
so much.
no.
You see,
Thank
I'm
you for
adding
your time as well.
praise be to Allah. I wasn't able to, I don't know if you heard the explanation, but my I'm not able to be on camera. My camera's down. So for right now, that's the
Yes.
image. No disrespect. We have some people that I've asked to stay, some beautiful sisters, because the energy we're talking about, Heal Dena. We have a transformational life coach on the line, and quiet as it's kept, Shirley Shepherd is similar. They're in the same with that. I just want energy around, positive energy around what we're talking about, because it's heavy,
Yes.
but you and your team and others like you, as for instance, our student minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, you're lights. within this tunnel that we're seeing for our people. And so, Brother James Muhammad, Brother William Muhammad, the volunteer ministers of the Church of Scientology, and many, many, many more. Sister Heavenly Hughes. I mean, we can name, you know, many, but it's also quite a handful too if you think about it. Pastor of Metropolitan Church, Brother Josiah. What I'm looking to do, I was looking to do something, but right now you're on, so let's welcome you. We'll be playing a clip of Music Changing Lives for a minute. I want to introduce you correctly, and so just allow me to do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you so much. So, everyone, this is Brother Josiah Bruni's second appearance on Liberated Sisters, and he's a trailblazer committed to systemic change through arts and culture. He is the CEO and founder of Music Changing Lives. This is a nonprofit celebrating, look at this, 25 years. That's longevity and consistency. 25 years of innovation. Josiah is on a mission to build new age community centers worldwide for at promise youth and creatives. Now, that is amazing because it's almost like, and I'll continue with his bio, but it's almost like you just like you're building this now movement, or have you have built a movement, not you're building, but a movement to help rebuild, part of Southern California. So I'm just looking at the phenomenal aspect of this. You all, Brother Josiah is a multiple award winning social justice leader and music industry pioneer. He is changing lives. I see it firsthand, one note at a time, through the each one teach one philosophy. This is with programs like the Urban Garden. Where is it at? Where is that at? I want to go to the garden.
Yeah, that's in San Bernardino,
Bet.
city of San Bernardino. Yeah.
Okay, let me stop channeling my daughter's energy talking about bet. Yes, sir, I understand. Yeah, that's great. Okay, I want to go to that urban garden. He's also the no justice, no peace. Look, it is not N-O, but it's K-N-O-W. I like that. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. No justice, no peace mural tour and concerts under the stars. What? Where have I been? Where is this happening at, Brother Josiah? Why do I
We
miss
all
this?
over it. It's about to come to a city near you too.
That's my kind of stuff. I like stuff like that. And he is building a legacy of economic empowerment through the arts. We're going to show a clip soon before we end out. He was featured on Fox LA. Beautiful, beautiful segment by Christine Divine. I enjoyed it. And of course, he was featured in the Final Call newspaper. We got to shout out the Final Call newspaper. So, Brother Josiah, that's right. So, give us right now where we stand with Heal Dena. And I know that we are we you were at Pasadena Church, and thank God for the pastors there, the husband and wife team, and now you're at the recovery effort is at Metropolitan Baptist Church.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much, Sister Sarlene, for such a beautiful introduction and time. And also shout out to Coach Naira. I
Woo!
caught her word right on time. Today was one of them days. I know y'all was talking
Mm,
about sisters, but even us brothers need them days when we
that's right.
just say, "Hey, I'm gonna lay it down for a minute and take a moment. Everybody else got to take a break. I'm gonna take a back seat on it, and I'm gonna heal myself." So that was well received because as you asked, where we at? I mean, I've been on the ground for since day one, so I think we're on the fifth week now of the Hail Dina campaign. And it all started basically with us partnering with several different organizations to bring in relief supplies and PPE supplies for the families. But instantly, once the fire struck, I was on the phone with the County of LA, the deputy directors, and several others, talking about a 9 point plan that we will be implementing. And so we're in phase two of this plan right now, to where now, after bringing in the supplies and the relief, it's time to start teaching the individual family members the bureaucracy they're about to deal with, because this is something that they've never dealt with in this town. And so it's going to become a monster of a problem, and we want to bring them vetted resources and set up systems of support to where we can guarantee that some of our families will be able to stay in place and not be uprooted and displaced.
Thank you, Brother Josiah. Some people are finding it very hard to believe, and I'll be bringing Sister Naira and Coach Naira and Sister Shirley back in because I want them to uh, come in and dialogue with you as well and ask questions, and we'll take questions for you. People are finding it hard to believe that some of the shenanigans, as we would say, or rigmarole, is
Mhm.
happening, like the to our people down in Altadena. But we say that you can look at Katrina and other disasters, right? In terms of how we are being treated. You know, what is the recourse that people have for some of the things that are taking place down there? Like when I went, I was here. When I went down to the My Tribe Rise event on Saturday, and I was hearing things from attorneys like um, just vultures really trying to grab property, and just any type of effort that is out there to take advantage of people who are literally without and in need, right down to now I've heard from several credible sources, but the allegations on the ground are that people who you know do not appear to have suffered any damage through the fires have been going, getting the resources, and then selling them at astronomical rates. That's just one low level piece of it. But you tell me.
Well, scammers and vultures are always going to come out in these times, and that's the sad part about this. But that's again why we're trying to bring in vetted resources that we're working with these families with, so that they're in a position to where they won't be scammed and they'll know the truth. So there was a lot of issues with like FEMA and SBA, and I wanted to end the dismiss of any of that and bring them directly onto site, as you've seen when we partnered at our facilities with these churches, so that the people could get the information directly. We also have volunteers there teaching our elders and our people how to deal directly with their county assessor and to fill out a certain form to get their taxes reduced. Because once your house is burned down and you've lost your whole home, that value of that tax now is going to change as well. And so those are the type of vetted processes that we're now trying to teach our people about, so that they know exactly what they're going to be dealing with. And the most important part right now that we're trying to teach people is how to go after the support for that Red Cross has, the support that FEMA has for renters insurance, and then also getting vetted lawyers that are charging lesser fees, so that they're not being overcharged or anything like that, and making sure that they're
Mm,
giving them pro bono advice for things like their insurance, because we want them to receive the whole amount of their insurance and not a lawyer that's going to take a piece of their insurance or something of that. And then lastly, we're now working and trying to create a community land trust to where we can build a system of funders that will help these individuals to pay for the rebuild that don't have the money to do so. And so Minister Tony Muhammad has put me on a task of focusing solely on the housing part now, so that we can
mm.
focus and bring in some people that can really help our families to rebuild, because that's going to be the biggest hurdle that we're going to be faced with.
Wow, thank you. Let's bring in Shirley and Naira, and I'll get the clip ready for y'all to watch. Please spread the word, everyone. Liberated Sisters is on with Brother Josiah Bruni of Music Changing Lives. We also have joining us Sister Naira Muhammad, Sister Shirley Shepherd. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. And so let's pull them in for a question or comment, because this is really has been a shocking series of events. So Naira and then Shirley. Shirley, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Naira, go ahead, and then Shirley. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Greetings, Queens.
Greetings, Brother Josiah. I just want to first of all say thank you for being one of the frontliners. to see you or hear what you're doing out there is just absolutely amazing. And we need more brothers like you that's on the front line, that's willing to take charge of all of the matters that we're facing in this time and really bring solutions. Our people need effective solutions. And as one that work with the mind, right? And seeing the type of trauma or hearing about the type of trauma that our people are facing in this time out there, what what are you bringing, or what are, I guess, the people, the people that you're collaborating with, what are you all are bringing to the table to help with the mental and emotional stability in the midst of chaos, to bring a sense of calm
Mm.
as it relates to the mind and the heart, really mental and emotional, spiritual components to this.
Yes, thank you so much, Sister Nair, for that question. So, hence the name Hill Dena, right? I didn't come with anything else but knowing that I'm a second responder, and as a former musician and artist, we come in as healers. We come in to rebuild and to rejoice and to bring back in that rhythm of life, right? And to
Mhm,
teach people that yes, we are in a moment of tragedy, but hope is still down the line, and things do become beautiful again. And if we work together, like you said, and bring in together vetted resources that are true and that are factual, we can do that process together. After seeing things like Katrina, I knew early on we had to save ourselves. And so I started following individuals like Trader Truth with his relief gang model, guys like the Gangsta Gardeners, my brother like the New World Academy Foundation, and saying we have to create solutions for us that are built by us, because we know the compassion that we deserve as African American families. We've always been, like you said in your thing, repairing the Black family, right? We've always been repairing other people, but now it's time to repair ourselves, and to think about how do we heal our elders. And so that's why I named the campaign off the jump, Heal Dena. I want to bring in now sound baths, meditation, massage therapists, just
Yes.
natural healers. And I finally have
mhm,
found that home at Metropolitan that it will allow these things to happen for our community. And so
mhm,
that's been the blessed part. Thanks be to the Most High and God. I finally found a home that I grew up right down the street from, being a knucklehead actually, and I could come back and heal and repair that community. And so it's the greatest feeling in the world. And we're just looking for different individuals that want to step up and join us. I mean, in true collaboration. This process that we're going through, I tell everyone, it's not something where it should feel like a burden. This should be genuine. You should be coming here not just as a social media front or to be known or famous, right? Thank God for those that are amplifying the message, but genuinely, my heart was just here to help my people get things that are really vetted and that are true, because they've already dealt with so much trauma.
mhm, mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. And Shirley, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. Um, First of all, last week was the first time that I actually heard about the recovery efforts in Altadena, and I'm in Pacoima. Don't
Mm,
trip. And wait, in Pacoima, and I'm on the no,
mm,
which means we don't know.
mm,
I was embarrassed. The other thing is that I have a son who is a firefighter for 3 years now and a paramedic.
Mm,
Never did it dawn on me that I'm like, maybe he knows what we can do, or maybe we can ask. Maybe, I never even thought about it. I thought my baby, he doing all this and that. He 35 and no matter. I need to change my way of thinking, because not
mm,
only do I have 400 years of legal awareness, but I was a masseuse when I went to law school. And I just believe in the natural healing.
mm,
I'm
mm,
also doing a lot of spiritual work on my own, just because I want to feel good at night. I don't know where I'm going to go after, but at night I want to. At night I want to get me some sleep. But more importantly, is I do know a lot of people in different industries, and when I believe in something, and I truly believe in it, others who trust me will believe in it. I really want to understand more and get more information as to what it means about the vetting process of it and what do you need? What can I do? I'm going to go to my son, or I know other firefighters, and say, listen, okay, y'all, that's good, but what can we really do? Because there's only a very small, there's like what, 10% if that many Black firefighters. So they got the truth. I can tell you this, my son came home. Well, he doesn't live with me, but he came home and we asked him about the fires, and my son could not speak on it. Now, I was gonna beat him because he's my child. No, I'm just joking. I'm just ignorant. I ain't got ain't nothing right with me. But he couldn't speak on it. And I didn't have the tools to ask him, well, if you can't speak on it, can you give me? You know? I'm learning so fudging much. And I would love for you guys to utilize whatever I have, because I'm gonna keep growing. It's going to be amazing, but I would love to use these skills to help others. I have friends that can get involved in vetting. I can come down and help people with the legal stuff. I know everything. I mean, me and the bar, for some reason, don't want me to be passed, but I'll pass it. But I am just ready to give and share. And like I said, I know a lot of people in the industry and people who are real. I want to name a few. We'll do that later. People who are true. And let's do it. I had, and I may say this in closing because it goes both here. My psychiatrist, I've had a lot, yes, indeed. She died about 3 weeks before the fire, which still messed me up. I was cursing because how are you gonna go? And then her house is gone. And every day I wake up going, her name is Katrina. What do I do? And I think maybe this might be some of that, because she was one of the only Black psychiatrists I ever had that lived 2 blocks from the big mountain, in Altadena. She was incredible. Do I let that go? Do we let it go? What can we do? And I am excited, not because, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on, not because I want to do it for me. Y'all don't know. I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. And everyone would ask me, what do you want? And I would always say, I want the statue in the park. And no one understood that because they thought I was crazy, this woman crazy. But the statue in the statue always meant that statue in Sioux City, Iowa. I had a lot of statues. Like that person did something for the greater good. And I have never been able to do that because I can't get past things, or people can't get past me. But I would love to help. You don't have to put my name on nothing. I just want to see a smile. I want to see people understanding their agreements. I can break it down in layman terms with our slang of whatever we need, along with lifting them for their understanding. I've done so much, and I want to continue so that when it is time for me to go to wherever I'm going, like I said, hell is probably closer, but wherever I'm going, I want to be of help. Yes.
Shirley, we're not going to hell. We're not going to hell. We don't go to hell. We don't do hell. But let's do this. Thank you for everything that you're saying, because I feel you 100%, and I'm sure the viewers and I guess our hosts, I guess do too. But let me ask, because you are not far from the area, and so how can she, Brother Josiah, and anyone who's listening that wants to do something to help what you're doing, do that? And everyone, we have musicchanging.lives.org. right here at the bottom. Naira, and are you okay for time? We okay for time. We're not going to go too far over. I just want to make sure he has his time frame, and that on the healing tip, after that, if there's a closing statement that you want to make too, Naira. But Brother Josiah, how can people really put hands on what you're doing?
Thank you so much, Sister Sonia, and Sister Shirley. Thank you for your comments and your son's service as well. My son as well. He's a firefighter paramedic, so I feel their pain. And I think the most important thing for them is to show them that they are the first responders, and then to give them space to heal as well. And so a lot of what I think that's really needed right now is the individuals, what I say, vetted resources. So law firms that we know and that we trust, that we could work with our people. And again, they're discounting their rates. They're coming and giving pro bono services as well, for just like letters of submittal, things like that. A big issue right now that we're dealing with on the front lines is finding people housing. So finding mortgage or people that are in the real estate industry and that have large amounts of properties. And what we've been doing is asking them to ensure that they won't do renter spike or even that they'll discount some of the deposit. And then we've been helping those families with those deposits because the insurance company, we're now finding out, aren't paying for those fees. So things like that, supporting small grassroots organizers like ourselves is the most
Right,
important piece as well,
right.
because we're out here on the front lines. We're not rich, we're not wealthy, but we're
That's
doing what we can, and we're doing it to save ourselves. So anything that is true, anything that is something that you would give your own family, the same
mm,
thing like when when you come to our distribution site, I don't give you food I wouldn't eat. I don't give you
that's
clothes I
right,
wouldn't wear.
right.
Things like that. And so just vetting these resources that our people are getting and making sure those that are distributing are giving our people the highest quality of service. As I
That's
said
right.
earlier, they've already faced enough tragedy. So why come to their communities with anything less than a
Yeah.
vetted resource?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Shirley, for what you led to in terms of that answer. I observed it. We're going to play a clip, and thank you for sharing it again of the recent feature. And I may put some things up to some images that I have, but at this point, we've seen it, right, Brother Josiah? We've seen it. I don't want to say I don't want to be judgmental and say we've seen enough of that because sometimes maybe we need to see it to care, and I know as Shirley had mentioned to me in conversation before, and I've heard it in other places. It's like this is a going to be a long period of time for healing, for recovery, just for rebuilding, and Sister Naira is saying in terms of her Heal on Purpose book and workbook, this is not a quick fix right here. And so we're just dealing with survival mode, right, Brother Josiah? So there's so much trauma in this, so much to get through. I appreciate you saying, it's to do unto others as we want done unto ourselves. And yes, support the organizations that are also supporting the people. We're just in it together. Let me play the clip because I'll go on and on. And it's really it's about you. And all of you here who are helping people. So I want to share the screen, everyone. You all know Sister Charlene is working the boards. So she's on the ones and twos too. So let's see. Shout out to Felicia, the poetess Morris and Morris Media Studios in the Great Limerick Park District. I pray to be back there after Saviours Day. So for now, this is what you got, everybody. But here we go. I want to share this screen. Thank you, Brother Josiah, for giving this. Naira, Shirley, stay with us. Um, Here we go. I think it's in. There it is. Okay. Tell me if you all can hear it once I go. Can you all hear it?
No, ma'am.
You can't hear it? Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me work on that because that happened last week. I thought that something was on mute. Did I add it to the stage? Let's see. You couldn't hear it. You said right. I don't have
No.
earphones in. I'm wondering if there's certain things have a block on them. I just wonder because I could hear it. Let's see. Hold on. Hmm. Hold on. Oh, did you mute yourself, Brother Josiah?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. I'll mute you back. You wanted to be on mute. I'll put it on mute. Okay. Hmm. Tawan, let me know when you can hear the clip, if ever. Okay. How's that? Yeah. Um. Can't hear it. Okay. So let me try that again. I'm thinking that let me try a different way. I'll try to put in a presentation screen, okay? Because I see what's happening. We had a clip from New World Academy last year that didn't play at last week, and I see what it's happening. So, Brother Josiah, let me, can I unmute you?
Oh, yes,
And
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
let me, okay, I'll bring you back in. Let me stop sharing my screen and figure that out because you guys, it's a really good um presentation. One second. So, Brother Josiah, would you mind telling us? I have this question. The insurance for those who did not have insurance on their homes. And someone put it to me like this. Well, my daughter, she said, Mom, some people didn't have it. She said, but what about those who did have it fully? And now they're finding out that either they were canceled or there's a loophole or something that they didn't know that says they were underinsured. Can you talk about the help for those who did not have house insurance, at this point?
Yes, correct. It's a sad time for those individuals that did not have the proper insurance or their insurance is pulled out on them. And that's why I said we're trying to build now that community land trust so that we could raise funds to support these individuals to stay in their properties and do what's like a mini grant or like a loan, but that's a micro loan that they pay back in small increments. Again, now the system of this process is going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy, especially if you didn't have insurance. But there's individuals that we're talking to now in the midst that are capital funders that are looking to support this model. And to bring support to bring in housing as well for them. That is like a modular housing, so that once their land is cleared out, we could still have them on their property, but living in a modular home and things of that nature. And so that we could get them together. We're also now working with the RV company and looking for large lots of land, 3 acres and above, so that we could house different RVs on to where people could stay in the area, stay in these RVs until they can get back on their feet and get back in their homes as well. So that's another phase of support that we're working on currently.
Thank you very much. Brother Josiah, Naira is going to be asking you a question about a very noble event that's coming up. I would like for you two to dive into that. I could ask you, but I want Naira to do it, especially because she's one of those on the very forefront of helping us to move further into this tool and technology and with our relationship with the Church of Scientology, the volunteer ministers. And so, with what's happening on Saturday, Naira, I'll bring you in. Shirley, stay right there with us, okay? Naira, please take it away for me.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, Brother Josiah, thank you. Now, you all have this event. It's called Heroes Saving Lives event at LA Org. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how did you all come with the church to collaborate and the value that you see in that, especially when it comes to the Black community? Could you give us a little data on that, information on that?
Yes, thank you, Sister Nair. So the Heroes United event basically came on this idea of we always are constantly celebrating other individuals, like I said earlier, and it's time to now celebrate ourselves, like you mentioned earlier, and celebrate those of us that are really on the front lines and teach us it's okay to take a break and rest and then celebrate you for the good work that you've done. Too often, us as Black people feel like we're not doing enough or we don't need to be recognized for the work that we've done because we're doing God's work. And that's a great thing. And yes, it is. But he also says that you should take time and celebrate yourself and those that are working with you in unison. One of the brothers, Brother Will and Brother James, my mentors, they gave me a great word the other day. They said basically you're living in a time of prophecies right now, to where we're seeing, you'll come somewhere and then you'll be attacked for bringing the truth. But then at the same time, I told them we are in that time where we're seeing the last becoming first and the first becoming last. And so it's a great time to be alive, and we need to celebrate that. And then, most importantly, in the words of Nelson Mandela, like he said, it always seems impossible until it's done. And so
Say that.
most of the things that we've done seemed impossible. And it's been miracles that we've seen happen. Again, like I mentioned, we're small organizations that are grassroots, that don't depend on federal or state funding. We're dealing with our own communities' dollars, and state dollars and things like that don't come our way that often. And so to be able to serve thousands of people and support and give out in-kind support and know that you're doing it genuinely with your people, that's a blessing. Like I told Brother James and them several times, and even Minister Muhammad, to see black men working together in unison and being able to bring different entities together. I said one of the pastors told me it's like the guy of Adam in the Bible. You know, Adam, he brought all the religions together and started all the religions, right? And showed them to work in unison. And it just feels like that moment now where we're all working on one accord, with even the Scientology, the Nation of Islam. I got the Sheik behind me. I got the Christians behind me. I got the Baptists behind me. And then I just got regular volunteers and just
Period.
humans behind me, right? And so the other day, a sister told me, she said, you know, I have 700 employees working for you, for this event that we're talking about. And I said, that type of energy is needed. And I tell everyone all the time when they meet me, I love you, for what you do for me, because you're not just doing it for me, but you're doing it for our people, the
That's so
human race. And when we give, we truly give. And like we said earlier, we make sure we're giving things that we would want to give to ourselves. So we ask everyone, join us this Saturday. Follow us at musicchanginglives.org. Also, Music Changing Lives on all platforms, the way it sounds. Beware of the imposters. It has to be Music Changing Lives, because we're doing it in time.
absolutely. And again, if I could say anything to this, I'm one that really like to honor the ancestors. And if
Mhm.
I had the power to speak on their behalf, I would say they are rejoicing, they're celebrating because their spirit lives through us. And to see you, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a little Nat Turner spirit coming. I feel like a little Nat Turner spirit coming through. And I want to say that Maya Angelou, she's one of my sheroes, among many women that have come before me. She said that out of all of the virtues, the one that we should practice the most is courage. And what I
Mm,
hear and what I see in you, my brother, is courage. And that defines a hero, you know.
mhm,
So may you be celebrated. And may the ancestors continue to rejoice and clap and pray for you. And may you have a triple dose of the Spirit of the Lord and all of those that walk behind you and before you and be blessed and covered. May you be covered with the Holy Spirit. May you be covered with the spirit of our ancestors, and may they, surround you all and guide you all and protect you all. And, if I could say, I can just go on and on, but all I want to say is Ashe and thank you for your
mhm.
Mm,
spirit of courage. And
yes, yes. Thank
I
you, sister.
accept it all, sister, and I thank you so much. And I too like to celebrate our ancestors, and I have this saying that I live by that says, "We are our ancestors' wildest dreams." And I said that today because it's raining before the event, and I
Mm,
said to my friends, I said, "It's our ancestors praying and just rejoicing today." I mean, to have that clip that Sister Charlene is trying to play, that showed the history of my grandfather. And a lot of people tried to dismiss me and say, "Oh, you're not even from this town," or that, not knowing who I really was and what I've done. Because I'm a quiet human, I don't really boast and brag. But it is that moment. And then I do too feel that Nat Turner, and I say this. He said, I had a vision and I saw white spirits and black spirits engaged in a battle. And
mm,
that's what I say we're seeing right now.
come on.
Um,
mm,
it's all spirits engaged in this battle to change the things that were wrong, right, and wronged of us, and the amount of overwhelming support that we have going towards Altadena residents and Pasadena residents, and
Mm.
even those in LA County that have been displaced. But just to see the overwhelming support for Altadena is above par, and we've set the bar really high moving forward.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you,
Wow.
Ashe.
Nice.
That is so
Nice.
wonderful. That is so wonderful. I did get it. I guess Naira, thanks for your prayer for brother. The tech worked. I know how to do it. It worked. So let's present it. Let's present it. I think it was well done, and let's see what happens. Okay, everybody. Oh,
Yes, I'm ready.
okay. Okay. One moment. One moment. One moment. Now you'll pray some more for me. Now, let's see. Here's the slide. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It playing? No. Okay. Let's see. So embarrassing. Brother Josiah, is your mic on? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
Okay, I'm seeing it. It's here. It's right there. Um, Nothing yet. Okay. Video playback. Oh, no. So what I'm having the issue with is the video playback from my Google slide. So
Mm.
Shirley has a question for you. I want this will play. I want to share the screen with this and play it. Shirley, let me bring you back in and you can ask your question. I'll bring you and Sister Naira back in because the people united will never be defeated. Okay, take this out. I remember the cheer. I was a cheerleader. Look, hey, I know the chant from the streets and everything. Let me get my sister back in here, Brother Josiah.
I love it, and I dropped it in the chat too for the people who are back at home. But
Oh,
yeah,
the clip, the clip.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Okay, thank you for that. But I still just I'm determined.
I'm
Shirley,
with
go
you.
with your question. I'll come out and see.
Actually, I don't really have a question. I have an extreme appreciation for just being on this platform. Um, Seriously, from my heart, I'm truly happy to see this happening. Again, I mentioned I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. I'm from the Midwest. You can imagine when they dropped us in Pacoima, where I went to Granada Hills and everybody went, elsewhere. But my baby daddy, a criminal. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, I just so appreciate us coming together because most of my life it's always been me and them. It's
Mm,
always been she thinks she's better than.
mm,
I always had to be better than because I had a mama that was greater than.
Mm.
But now I want to take all that and just be me and
mm,
just give you guys everything I possibly can. Again, there's my hairdresser would say, "You're a lot to love."
mm,
And I thought, yeah, but I'm lovable. So I want you guys to get to know me, get to meet me, and I'm ready. I'm ready to help out. I'm ready to do whatever. I'm 35 years in the legal field. I have people that I can. They owe me so many favors that we got lawyers coming and help. I promise you that, and anything else we need, because you think your losses are losses until you realize they can become favors.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I so appreciate you guys. I'm like a baby getting ready to cry. I thought I was healed, but I have so much more to do, and it's okay. And I'm looking
Mhm.
forward. you know.
You good, Shirley. It is all good. Listen, this is what we're talking about right here, and as you can see, it went through segments of it. What did we start talking about? Your first time at the Moss meeting, we started talking about Naira's heal on purpose. Now we have Brother Josiah talking about heal Dena. We are all on this journey, and just because people are in a healing space doesn't mean that look we this brother has something that's wrapping arms around everybody, and even in through people's tragedy, other people are getting healed through trying to help them with that. So I'm glad that you're here and you stayed on so that you can meet them and that you can see that there's excellence out there, despite the tragedy. That's what I think the article said, right, Brother Josiah? um the recent article, in the midst of tragedy, right, there's unity. And so that's what
Yes.
it's representing here. Think about it. Like Shirley, you're speaking of your family, Naira's family, Brother Josiah's family. You all are sacrificing, all of you, even your time right here on Liberated Sisters. Let's just be real. Just to come on and talk about it, and I don't want to use the word suffer through, but bear patiently with me trying to put a clip. Look at the link. Go to the link, la.com, that brother shared, and Sister Tawan and I posted in the chat, and look at it. There's a pastor there. There's a church that has opened their arms to him and to the volunteers and to the community, and many of the residents who do not have homes are part of the volunteer corps, right, Brother Josiah?
Yes. They
They're
come there to volunteer so they don't feel like they're going insane.
Exactly. They don't have homes like their homes that they had, their sanctuaries. They're out of house and home, but they're giving back. And so I think it's all where we're right supposed to be. I want to be respectful too of the time frame that I did ask for. So Brother Josiah, how are you looking? I don't necessarily need to stop it because the people are still tuned in, so they're getting the information. So since this was your segment, you let me know, because you do have a family, you do have work to do, and I want to be very mindful of it. And I wanted the clip to play. I just wanted it to play. Somebody come and produce this show for me, please.
Well,
Sister
Charlie,
Shirley.
he is the clip now. He done showed us. He done showed us what's going on out there.
You said what?
He is the clip. He done showed us what's going on.
Right? We don't need no clip. We don't need no clip.
Okay.
We don't need no clip.
We'll
Yeah.
Need the clip.
that may be the God telling you, let's keep the ancestors right before the people, because that's
Yeah.
what's gonna bring the healing.
We
Right.
don't
Thank you
need
for that. I
we
appreciate
don't
that.
need no stinking clip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just wanted to be, I just, I just, I think it's just my broadcast background, like punch the button right, get the clip right, coming off of the Pacifica Network, transitioning from radio broadcast to visual. He's here. He shared something that was very beautiful. And so, when you all request something, if you're coming on and you're giving your time as guest, then you deserve, and the viewers deserve, to have what you want to present to them. And so that's the spirit I'm coming out of. But thanks for saying that, because I will carry that. The me, look. Gosh, I wish
Mm.
I want to show the book, The Heal on Purpose. See, that's one of those things. But at the end of the day, back to what you were saying about Brother Josiah. Yes, he is a clip, all in one. Because when you look at the work, like the triage, as he said it, go to finalcall.com, everyone. And by the way, Brother Josiah is one of our recipients when Mosque number 27, the Western region, had recently a Heroes Award for the peacekeepers. I'm saying Heroes Award, but it was named something different. But at the end of the day, it was also that, honoring those who were keeping peace in their respective lanes, using their talents. And I want, this is not going to be, God willing, the last time that brother will be on, because Liberated Sisters vowed to adopt the Heal Dena movement, and to make sure that the efforts of the boots on the ground and the volunteers were there, that people could know that there's resources. Nobody's showboating up here. It's not a look at what I have done kind of situation. It is a look what people need and what God is performing through us. And they need the support. As Naira said, Naira, thank you for the prayer for our brother and those with his team. You know, we need it. I'm looking at the phone right now, and you would, oh, Josiah, here it is. I was looking for 323. Your name's there. What was it I was looking for? You, the picture. I wanted to tell you all. It was the he was granted an award doing the Blessed are the Peacemakers ceremony that Mosque number 27, the Western region had. So go to finalcall.com. Our People Need Peace. Mosque number 27 in Los Angeles host Blessed are the Peacemakers Award. And Student Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, his team, executive team at the mosque, as well as Brother Nick Cannon and many more helped to put that on. And it was beautiful to see you and all of the brothers and sisters from the quote unquote streets, meaning doing the work in the trenches, receive your flowers and your awards while you live, Brother Josiah. I covered that. It was really good to see. So this is just another thing, not another thing, but this is just part of that, you know, like let me ask you this question. Like, how did you how did you spring into action here? Like when you saw this happen to your community, right? We're looking from the outside. You right there on the ground with it. You know people directly impacted. How could what gave you the strength to get up and say we got to do something? But you did it well. And not only that, your energy pulled in a worldwide movement to help you, right? A worldwide movement of volunteers to help you.
Yes.
Nation of Islam and Church of Scientology, the volunteer ministers. This is not lightweight.
Mhm. Yeah, it was humbling. I think the best way to say it, I was born for this. My
Okay.
grandmother, she prayed over me when I was a kid and told my mother that I would do great things. And that was rest in peace to my grandmother Camilla
Yeah.
Crawford. And that was her wish for me. And she predicted that over my life. And so that I give that honor to God and to her, and to my grandparents that raised me well, and my father and mother, right? They've always, and my grandmother Odette, they've always taught us one day for me, one day for someone else, and so never eat alone. I'm Haitian American, Haitian as well. So I got the best of both worlds. I say,
Oh,
my father was Haitian, so
oh, I
all of
see.
us, we set us all free in 1804,
I
and
knew
then
I felt it. I knew it. I knew.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what is this energy I'm picking up
Come
on?
on.
Now
Yeah.
you
right.
1864 again? What?
Come on.
1804, 1804.
1804. That's what it.
Come on.
1804. Get you right. Look, don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
1804 again. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, Brother
Uh,
Josiah, we resonate with that. I walk around here telling people I'm born and raised in Louisiana, and I just claim Haitian. I don't even know the bloodline. I'm like, look, I
Look,
claim.
and that's what I said too. So my mama and them from Louisiana, Sweetport. That's what I was
Oh,
about
yeah,
to say. So I got the
let's
both
just
of
say
Beth
land.
world, and then my granddaddy and my
Yeah,
great grandma Troy, she brought us to Altadena. Well, my grandpa brought us to Altadena, and that's where it all started in the
yeah.
late '60s. And so from there, I was in a situation to where I say it all the time. Growing up in the '80s, it was very rough because you had to be either good at gangbang or good at selling dope or good at sports, and I wasn't
Absolutely.
good
Yeah.
at neither. So I chose gangs, and that was the wrong way too. And thank God I found out that I was living in an upside down kingdom early on, and I
Mm,
heard the call when I was, in a situation, and God was showing me. He said, "If you don't follow me and start teaching positivity, I'm gonna uproot you violently." And I
Mm.
mm.
heard the message and I said, okay, well, you know me, I just like nice things. I want to be resourceful and I'll
Hey,
give you what you want. And so I tell everybody I sold my soul to God
Oh,
uh,
nice.
almost 26, 7 years ago. And I just, now I'm just a ball of resources that really just wants our people to see what it feels like to have, and to know that we do not have to be the have-nots, and that it's
Right.
okay to make money but not lust over it, and it's okay to have things and not,
Right.
idolize them. It's okay to have a beautiful home. It's okay to have art on your walls that celebrates your people. It's okay to have jewelry and all of that. We come from kings and queens. We
Mm.
are the original man of earth, and woman of earth. So, I mean, we are that creator. And so now it's time to really teach our kids, like you said in the beginning, the each one teach one model that Brother Huey and all of them left for us.
Mm.
That if we teach, someone the right way to go about it, they should no longer be ignorant. They should always have that true knowledge, like you said, with the no justice, no peace. I know what
Love
justice
it.
is. I know
Mhm.
what peace is within
Yeah.
me. I know if you harm me, I'm gonna deliver you some justice.
Okay.
I know if you come at
Amen.
me peaceful,
Teach on
I'm gonna
that.
deliver you some peace. So know what that is for real.
That
And
speaks to
as
me.
they say, don't tread on me because I don't tread lightly.
Oh
They say if
God,
I'm
Brother
fighting a bear,
Josiah.
rub the bear with honey. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
You know what?
I'm peaceful, but don't test me.
Don't mess with you.
Don't get it
Don't
twisted.
test
You know
you.
what, Brother Josiah, and look, you can't tell God what He already had. He's like you gave your soul back, brother. But
Yeah, I gave
look
it back.
you say reel it on in.
Yeah.
This is really beautiful. Listen, listening audience, if you have a question or comment for Brother, but especially also if you have a question, go ahead and ask it because you may know someone out there that has a loved one that's affected by the fire. But also not just that. I mean, look at all of the breadth of information and wealth that he has that he's given. And so if you have a question, you put it in the chat. They are commenting as well. Shirley, did you have a question before we start getting ready to round out? Brother's been very gracious with the time, but I'm going to be aware of all of your families and just come on and we're going to wrap it soon. And yes, thank you, Brother Josiah. We have it, music changing lives. It's scrolling across the bottom. And if you all have gone to look at the clip, and also as Naira said, he the clip, just talk about that, because there were some people in that he shared, of course, again, Metropolitan Baptist Church, they have a certain level. I don't forget how many families. It was almost a dozen, maybe
Over
families.
30. No,
Over
over
30.
30.
Thank you. Over 30
Yeah.
families who lost their homes. They were destroyed in the church. And the church, I believe, this is their second week that they have been able to be back and have Sunday services because it was all shut down. But Shirley, do you have a question, or Nairi, you have a question for him? Because I want to really get the questions out to him.
No, I don't have any more questions at this time. I will, get in touch with you to find out how I can bring what I have to the table and how I can help support what you're doing. I also want to say to all of you, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Appreciation is a word that I don't use often,
Mhm.
but it's a word that's appropriate. And I appreciate not only learning, but being a part of. And thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Naira.
I just want to say once again, thank you for allowing me to share space with all of you all. Powerful, 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 powerful beings that's here. We all came together for the good of the Lord. And Brother
Yeah.
Josiah, all I can say is, brother, keep being a champion.
Yeah.
Champion. It's your leg of the race right now. So hold it up high, let the flame fly high. You're the real Olympics, right? Go to Paris. We're gonna come to sit over there. What is called? What's the set?
Altadena, Pasadena.
So we're coming over there and watch the show. Okay? I know they say the revolution will be televised, so y'all please televise it. I'm over here in Florida, East Coast. I
Oh,
can't. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm over here.
hey, so you know about us Haitians over there, okay?
Come on
Oh,
now. My husband
That
is
part.
from New Orleans. Okay,
Oh,
so
what? Oh,
yes,
okay. Y'all
he's from
keep it
New
secret.
Orleans. I got it all through my blood. So I
Wow.
got a whole historical thing. When it comes to the Caribbeans and all of that, it all
Wow.
runs through my veins. So
Wow.
as you can see, when I said I feel connected to the ancestors, that's that spiritual advisor that came out of me. I was trying to keep her quiet, but she was like,
Wow.
uh-uh, you
Uh-uh.
girl, this your lane right here.
Let her
So
fly.
that's why I just leaned into that and just, allowed myself to be present with the energy that's coming through. And as we can see, we are backed. We are backed by many, right? Many of them are backing this process. So I just want to say thank you all. I'm just happy to be a part of, to remember us. Okay. Let
Mm.
me say that one more time, Brother Josiah, because I'm about to get off. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, yeah, it's late over there.
All right, we are remembering us. Okay, so y'all keep doing the work, and I thank y'all so very much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Amen.
Sister Myra. Thank you for staying on for such an extended time. Brother Josiah, as she takes her leave, and we'll let them go and you have the closing comment. Um, we're going to be doing, Naira has agreed to do a Heal on Purpose Zoom with Liberated Sisters. I'll send
Yes.
you information on it's a women's guide to healing, leadership, and empowerment. And I would love to invite any sisters that you would like to recommend who are healing with the tragedy and with Heal Dena, and so that we can pour into them and also that they can partake of this, because as they're walking through piecing lives together in terms of physical property, I want to welcome them and invite them too. And with that, I'm going to put a call out right now for anyone who would like to join me and Liberated Sisters in sponsoring those women's who are in fire recovery books, their journal and their book.
Yeah.
We want
We'll
to
take
do that.
$10 off, sister.
Oh,
Oh,
Take
wow.
$10 off the book.
I'll
Oh,
sponsor
Sister.
at least up to 100, 200. You just let me know. I'll sponsor definitely because I got the chills.
Oh,
I'm
oh my.
excited.
I
I
love
got
Thank
it.
chills,
you.
really.
Yeah.
You guys don't
Thank
even know. I'm gonna cry like a girl. Oh, I am a girl.
wait,
Okay, I'm gonna
wait,
cry.
wait,
Wait a minute,
wait,
Sister
wait,
Shirley.
wow. Wait, Shirley, don't cry till Naira go. Naira got to go to bed. She's in Florida.
Okay,
That's because
good, good.
Sister
Thank,
Shirley,
thank,
you know what process I'm in, so I do have to get my rest,
yeah,
but
she's got to
I
go.
don't want to go.
We'll talk about it,
I
Naira.
will
Let me put my
sponsor.
headset on.
I
Give
definitely.
Brother David the greetings for
I
me.
sure will.
Say,
Let us
sure.
keep being trailblazers. Please, let's stay connected. Get these women to workbooks. I'm telling you, it's gonna help them work through, Brother
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Josiah, their pain. And we can do what we can do to discount these books so that you all can have a tool, something that
Thank
they can
you.
reflect on and be able to work through it. All right. Hey, I love y'all for real. Let's
Love you too.
keep healing on
Thank you.
purpose.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Love you.
much, Queen.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Stay right
you.
there, brother
Bye.
Josiah. Love you, Naira. Shirley, I'm gonna let you take
Yeah.
leave to give brother Josiah the last remarks. I'll be in touch with you. I was just inspired
Yes.
by that as I'm looking at her book for the sisters down there in Dena.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
talk. I'll call you post show.
Really
Okay.
quick.
Thank you.
I don't really quick. I don't know how it works, but I got some monies in that. Let's make it happen. I know it's going to help me. It's going to help so many others. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
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 you.
you. Bye
you.
bye. Brother Josiah, we did Liberated Sisters also did I said that when I went down pumps on the ground for I just was inspired one day to go we covered it for the final call. We're going to be covering it, but I didn't realize that the zones were open again, and so I decided to go down there and met some families and adopted one. And so I was going to be putting links and different things up today to ask people to donate to them, but I want to just wait because today was a lot and we're in extended show. So brother Josiah, would you can make closing remarks and then we'll organize what I want to do for the sisters, some of the sisters in Dena later. Okay.
Awesome. I just really thank you guys so much. And
Your
my
camera,
heart.
I'm
Okay.
sorry to interrupt you. You wanted your camera off? Because I just want you to know that it is off. Oh, there you go.
Oh no, I was trying to get a link. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I thought the camera
No,
was still show while I was getting the link.
oh, no
But I'm
worries.
just honored for the support and again the overwhelming support. And I thank the sisters for their comments and their prayers and their well wishes, and your efforts as well to uplift the voices of our people that are doing the work. And so at this moment, like I said, I just give all praise to God. I really want to shout out New World Academy
Academy.
Foundation.
Yes.
Minister Tony Muhammad, the
Yes.
volunteer ministers over at Scientology, Soulful Soil Farms, Metropolitan Baptist Church, Puma, all of my donors, Lowe's. I mean, there's too many of them to name right now, but you all know
Mm.
your heart. But most importantly, the volunteers, everyone that's been stepping up to help our people. It's a blessed feeling. The New York Times wrote a stat that was on there that says 21% of Black families lost their homes in Altadena to the number of only 8% of Black people in LA County. Think about that. And so over 12,000 structures were destroyed. And so my heart and my condolences go out to those families. My heart is with you, my soul is with you. And I'm doing everything that we can to bring proper resources and our whole Rolodex to the community so that we can heal our community together. And again, I thank you all for your support and your prayers.
Thank you too, Brother Josiah. That's a wrap. We'll be in touch. Peace and blessings to your family, and thank them for allowing you and their sacrifice of you being on Liberated Sisters for an extended show. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Queen, for your support.
That's the show for today. The information was just flowing, everybody. So, for those of you who stayed on with us, I greatly appreciate you. We appreciate you. Um, it's really been an extended show, but this information that they're having is very critical. You know, a lot is happening. Yes, it's traumatic. I'm not in people's shoes who have lost those things. Everyone has their own pain and suffering, but there is something that can be done about it. And there are people who are working on solutions. So I'm just very grateful. As I put out the closing theme, I would like to see if I can show now some of the images of when I went out there, just so you can get a sense of the devastation. And also, let me just share with you right now. And if you could please share the replay and also share the information of our guests, um, that would be great. You know, I really would appreciate that because we want to feed people resources and solutions. And so, what I just put up right now is in the chat the Heroes United tickets. And of course, well, not of course, but some of you may or may not be aware, but as Brother Josiah is speaking about student minister, Brother Tony Muhammad, he is formerly very prominently known as that, as Brother Tony. He also has a new name, which is Abdul. Some of you may know him by Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. And so we just really appreciate him and keep him in prayer too, because he's doing a mighty great work here. I want to show those images. So I'll wind out. And thank you all for being with Liberated Sisters. Please subscribe to the Final Call newspaper. We invite you to do that at finalcalldigital.com or finalcall.com. And we're in our Saviours Day season. And so we are on a drive, a gift of love for donations to the Saviours Day gift for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And so I'll post that link in the chat as well as my theme music loops up. And so I know it's a lot that I may have said, that we may have given, but just piece it together, share it with someone you know and love, because we are not alone. You are not alone. And I wish I could play that song by Michael Jackson, but you know, the platforms will mute it anyway. So that's a wrap. But information will be coming through the chat and possibly photos as we sign off. Okay. Thank you to our guests, Coach Naira, Sister Naira Muhammad, Brother Josiah Bruni, my impromptu co-host for today, guest co-host, I will say, Shirley Shepherd. Thank you all so much to the viewing audience, and thank you to Closing the Gap Broadcast Network for having us on. As a matter of fact, here we go. Please donate to Closing the Gap Broadcast. I'm trying to, oh, there it is, right there. We would greatly appreciate your donations to help keep the network afloat. All right. So since I'm on the ones and twos, here comes the music, everybody. Can you hear it? Of the final call cover story. So you can subscribe to the final call. And then I'm going to even try to put a picture or two up. I need somebody to lay tracks down, vocals, right? For my theme song, Liberated Sisters specific vocals. Any takers? Help a sister out. Let's see. I'm looking for photographs of pumps on the ground when I went down out to Dena, which wasn't far. I used to be out there a lot. So it was surprising to see it. I was just really shocked to see places that I walked, those very streets, in terms of visiting friends and family. And, the music's going to come back on, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. I'm trying to find it. I have a lot of data in my computer. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'll screen share and see how it goes. Let's find some pictures. And more will be in the final call newspaper. Let me see how to get it up here. Let's see. I think I got it. I can show you some images of when I went down there. Whole blocks, businesses. Block after block. Some places there was just a gate standing. And it kept me wondering about which families were there. Like, who lived there? Where are they now? I would see one home standing on 2 or 3 blocks. Let's see. I just want to hide something. Okay. There's an image I want to hide. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Don't look at my sidebar. Don't look at my little side stuff right here. No, just joking. This is from My Tribe Rise. That is part. So what you're saying here. Another one. Burnt cars. Wow, it's burned out. I met a young lady there who's an organizer in Oakland, and she was coming down for the first time to see home where she lived. She gave me the address, and I went there, and she, I couldn't tell which one at first, but it was one of these 2 properties. There's a masjid, Al-Taqwa, that was destroyed. This is the actual mosque. there. That's what it was. Now you see this church. I was going to be married in this church. My first marriage. And there was an earthquake on the day of the wedding, and the steeple fell straight down in the church. If that wasn't a sign, I don't know what was. I liked this. That was right in front of one of the burn areas. This was a Montessori school. The playground structure standing, but it's just still a lot of melt there. It was surreal. I had to take a big pause. This was the other. Oh, that's a video, so never mind. I gotta. Here's a better site for the school. Well, there's a lot. There's more, but I'll just leave it at that. Thank you all. We're going to wrap up. If it's impacting our community or can uplift us as a people, let's talk about it. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Peace.